All right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safe Liquid Beer for the podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
The 6 o'clock is check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah.
to another installment of the Nielson Show, the first of 2026. Lieutenant Eric Wolf-Fraser, YouTube Trev with you today. Of course, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app. Download it today or go to playalberta.ca for more. They are the presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. And, of course, you can listen to the Nielson Show here Monday to Friday, 6 to 9. iHeart Radio app, TuneIn Radio app, YouTube right now in the chat is flying. Like and subscribe today if you haven't already. And, of course, on the mighty 95.7 Cruise FM here in Edmonton. Good morning to all of you listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. Great to be on there. I know they did a little social media for us, welcoming us in. One of the best things for their station in 2025, now heading into 2026.
What a year!
Quite a thing. Will Fraser, Happy New Year, man. How
and
you?
To you as well.
And
to you too, Trev.
Old Saint Lang. Hey, is that what it is? The old saying there? Eh?
Old Lang Syne?
Yeah, that's the one. We'll go over New Year's, how it was, I guess. You've been in doing shows here post-Christmas and then before New Year's Eve, correct?
Correct,
Okay,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've kind of been, I don't know. We were talking earlier. I don't know why.
In the trough between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. Which again, I love taking that time off. I don't, however, know why I didn't take today off. And that is
It's a weird call, buddy.
the grand mystery that'll be haunting me throughout the show. Not that I don't mind being here with you and with Trev and with all of you listening and watching. I just, when you look at the
double
calendar
negative there, but I see.
No, but
I see where you're going.
It's just the calendar. That one Friday, I had the time.
You just wanted to get 2026 off to a rip-roaring start.
And then have 2 days off and then come back again.
Yeah, exactly. That you were like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing today. It's one of those things where it's kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking
I did
of
prep,
troughs
but I
in
don't
the
know.
schedule. This is a trough.
Yeah, no, it is. But it is very. It's
3
nice
hours of bull game recaps.
It's nice to. Not in this program. That'll be for the lock shop later on with Iwanek and I. No, we're all going to be talking. It's all hockey all the time.
Yep.
As you see on the title on YouTube, Mangiapane Trade Watch, which somebody pointed out in the YouTube chat. Mangiapane Trade Watch won't be getting a better player in return. Why would a team do that? You must be American. Whenever the trade's made and then it stays. What do you mean? What do you mean you're a pick for a body? What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's business, right? Like there's cap stuff, and they won't be getting. It's not going to be you're not getting a warm body in return.
Yeah.
But you want to get the money off the books. That's
Sure.
That's the point of a Mangiapane Trade Watch. I would think.
People have a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to the term sabermetrics, which was the baseball sort of using of statistics or whatever.
Yeah.
But they did come up with one stat that I think might be the most important, and it's replacement level. Right? Like, so WAR, like wins above replacement level. So it was a good way for you to gauge, is this guy actually benefiting the club, or could we basically plug and play any average level baseball player into the lineup? And a Mangiapane is the most sort of baseline sort of, it doesn't, like, you could put any warm hockey playing body into the lineup and you will get the same thing.
Or a younger, more exciting, more productive, on the farm type of player.
Right.
One of
Like there is no downside to a trading away of a Mangiapane.
Well, the point is getting the money off the books. It's who's the dance partner, who's going to take it, who wants it, and how do you sweeten it up a bit if somebody does take it. Which, again, if you want to go to an Oilers pro scouting discussion, we are here for it as well.
You know what I'm looking for is a player who's going to be well rested after the Olympic break. That's what I want.
Yeah, well,
Mangiapane's your man.
Hey, somebody did put together like a Canadian-Italian team of Italian Canadians, I guess.
Actually, how is he not playing for the
Well, he's
Italian
on
team?
it.
Is he?
Well, not on the Italy team.
No,
but he should. Italian Canadian.
Yeah,
team.
he should.
Well,
be.
I mean, he's got the name. The name works. So we'll look. We'll keep an eye again. Yeah, there's not going to be. It's not going to be a player for, like, it's not going to be a hockey trade, I guess you can say. But they're looking to get off the book. Of course, Oilers 3C, I think, is the position. Some rumblings of one of Hudson, Howard, or both coming back up. So we'll see what happens here on a Friday. I know we've had stuff happen on a Friday before, a few weeks back, in terms of the goaltending position. So we'll keep an eye and we'll see if anything happens. But we'll get to that later on in hour two, a business hour today. Let's set things up for you, though. Once again, Dustin off. He'll be back Monday. Everything will be kind of back, I do believe, to normal come Monday. with everybody in our programming here, 6 to 6 local on Edmonton Sports Talk. But the Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnston, Edmonton's train home comfort specialist for nearly 50 years. If you want to head to wjsportstalk.com right now, you can check out what they have in store for you, all the nasties listening and or watching today. So we thank Weiss Johnston for that. And the Paris Jewelers inbox as well, 780-218-9999 is the number to text if you are just joining us for this year. Maybe your New Year's resolution is to listen to more sports talk radio in and around the Edmonton area or from wherever you are. 780-218-9999 is the number to text in. Paris Jewelers inbox, rocking right now. Happy New Year, crew, Nacho Man says. Morning, fellas. Happy New Year. Sickler says, hey, Sickler, your mom, those gingerbread cookies, fantastic. Very good.
Is that code?
No. She actually made, we all had a gingerbread fellow with our names written on it in a nice...
Adorable.
It was really nice. A nice touch. All in an individual Ziploc bag.
Come on.
Yeah. Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And more gingerbread, less peppermint during the holiday season is my...
That's your key to getting through?
It's my resolution for
I think it's
2026.
probably good.
Christmas
a little
2026.
ginger in the stomach,
Yeah.
Considering everything else you're putting in there,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt.
I tweeted out during the holiday, I was very swollen.
Oh, yeah.
And not swollen like the good-
Retaining some water, were you? Yeah.
Yeah. Salty cheeses
Yep.
and seafoods
Yeah, it's a lot.
and all that
Yeah.
alcohol. Happy New Year, all the best, 2026. Thanks for keeping us all entertained and informed. Shotsky Jerry. Coach Mike has got a hockey take here. We'll get to that. Jeff and
on a
YYZ.
sports show?
Yeah, well, hey, Jeff and YYZ sending in a picture of him and Matthew Iwanek at the Spirit of Edmonton breakfast. I know that was from maybe that was back in November. But he says this morning, Happy New Year, AM Nasties. His Inwind done a wellness check on Stoff after that Rose Bowl beatdown of Alabama. Jeff and YYZ. Look at that. We have a
his
text
alma
about
mater.
bowl season. Yeah, well, that's...
U of A.
Crimson Tide, right? That's
Yeah.
what they call it. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, they got rolled indeed. Soft Tide now is what they call it.
Oh,
They're not a hard
That's not nice.
They're not a hard SEC team anymore, and one team that is hard though is Hoosiers, right? The York Hoosiers, hey?
Yeah. My mother texted me yesterday. You tuning in for the Rose Bowl? The Hoosiers are playing. I was like, when did we start caring about Indiana football? We have
Now
never
you
cared
do.
about Indiana.
Now
we
you
are
do.
definitely. My late uncle worked at IU for decades.
Well, there you go.
And so we were a Hoosiers basketball family through the thin. I was going to say the thick and the thin, but it's mainly just been thin. It was the embarrassment of Bobby Knight followed by just embarrassment. And so, but now they have one of the best football programs in the country. And no one knows how this happened. Not even Indiana knows how this happened.
Kirk Signetti. That's the two words that's how this
That's
happened.
wild.
It is something to see. Again, not too much football talk today. Iwanek and I are on the Lock Shop later today. I know he wanted me on there. He wants to talk some bowl stuff. I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah, break it
of
all
the
down.
Football variety.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that there. We'll save it for there. But again,
How will this impact the combine?
well, NIL.
Yeah.
We'll get off of this, Will. But again, Miami and Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. You got Oregon, Indiana in the Peach Bowl now. That is your Final Four. NIL, man. The old boys they're on the golf course now. They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? And a lot of number one seeds now, or coming in higher seeds, have lost in that opening game. You have a month off playing football. Who would have thought that you'd be a little rusty?
Yeah, now that NCAA has made the changes that they've made as far as actually being able to let players pay for food, it seems to have evened the playing field. Now it's not just the teams that were all cheating as far as the old NCAA rules. Now it's all the teams are above board.
Like the CFL with the salary cap.
Just like it. Exactly like it, except 10 times the budget.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying when you do make things, somewhere in that, you see things change, and that's
Right. Well, when you enforce it, yeah.
When you enforce it, yes.
And so now it's the NCAA has decided to not just enforce like sporadically. Like it seemed like they would not enforce, and then USC would do something that that was so egregious that they'd have to do something about it. And then they'd go back to looking the other way while Alabama did whatever they wanted to do.
Miami and SMU had two different, one of the same, and then one would get punishment.
Yeah.
But again, just to recap though, Cotton Bowl, Miami over number 2 Ohio State 24-14. Oregon shutting out Texas Tech 23-zip. Some real stinkers in the quarterfinals. You got Indiana walloping Alabama in the Rose Bowl 38-3, but a hell of a Sugar Bowl last night. Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss, Saskatchewan Roughrider Neglist quarterback.
Thank God.
39-34 over number 3 Georgia in an all-SEC matchup, which at the end they had to pull the stage off the field twice because the game couldn't end on, what was it, a safety and then a penalty, and then, so the coach gets the Gatorade shower. They're thinking they got to get him another one. They don't because it declines the penalty. The stage is on the field. It's off the field. It's on the field. It's off the field. ESPN should have gotten a flag really for bringing those poor stage workers. Imagine you're a stage worker. You've done this practice 1,000 times. You got to haul the stage out once. Now they're pushing it back, and now you got to haul it out again. It was an insane ending to a great classic game. But again, more on that. Lock Shop today. Iwanek and I later on 11 to noon here on Edmonton Sports Talk. New Year's though. Let's get to that. Want to mention too, playing for text of the day 780-218-9999 in that Paris Jewelers inbox. If you have any resolutions for yourself, for the Oilers, anything like that, send them in 780-218-9999, and you're playing for Royal Pizza. $20 to Royal Pizza. Start the new year off right. Today's a Friday. Things are getting back to normal. January 2. Treat yourself today, and you can do it $20 in Royal Pizza credits by winning text of the day today. So 780-218-9999, 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Go to royalpizza.ca for more. I treated myself and my wife over the past my wife to a couple of pies from Royal Pizza. Royal Special, no olives.
Okay.
Large.
Yeah.
Perfect. And the wings. I say this too. Great pastas, great wings.
Considering the salt you've been consuming, the no olives was probably a good choice.
You got pepper, you got onion.
Yeah.
It's a cornucopia of colors and flavors and vitamins.
Vitamins,
minerals. But yeah, don't sleep on their wings. Pastas, all those foods that just make you feel good. It's this time of year, man. It's snowing. Why not? Order a pie tonight. Royal Pizza. Text of the day. New Year's. So New Year's. Let's. I mean, were you going on the New Year's Eve program?
No, I was in the day before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Who was in on New Year's Eve? YouTube Trev.
We had J-Mo.
Okay.
Good old J-Mo.
And it was J-Mo and Dustin.
Yes.
And so what? Okay, so we'll go around the horn, and we'll leave the best to last. New Year's Eve for you in the Fraser household. I understand your children are back.
The boys.
You stayed up till midnight.
Got to meet.
I heard this. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Shook their hands.
Nice gents.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
Handsome young men, aren't they?
Oh, very handsome.
Yeah.
Did you go caroling around the town ship?
Yeah.
Road?
Yeah. I did. Went next door to the neighbors, and
All of you. The whole Fraser clan.
well, actually, my one son was working, and the other one just tagged along, and it was very pleasant. Got to spend some time with the neighbors who I love and cherish.
And you when you go over there, you stay up till midnight? Like, is that the plan? Or you go over there, you don't care, and then you just,
Yeah, we stayed until
blow ticklers?
The Stony Plain fireworks went off, because
That's what it is.
They have a really good vantage point for where they're fired
You
off.
all went up on the hill? Or
Actually, just out their front door, man. Honestly.
Okay.
But they do live on an elevated farm. And, good viewing. And then...
Did you have a gummy?
Then packed it in. I didn't. No. Yeah. No, it was one of those ones where the roads were... Like, there was the freezing rain during the day. And so...
So this wasn't like a walkable neighbor? Because I know you live in a...
No, they were just down the road. Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't trust
No, it was more because my one kid was out and working. And so I was kind of like, I probably need to be available.
On call.
Yeah, available in case things go pear-shaped in the evening.
You did
Because, the combination of freezing rain and drunk drivers is always a really good combo for a parent to think about during an evening.
I'll level with you. It's not.
Yeah.
YouTube Trev. What? Now you're a man. You're about town. You're a big man. You're
decently sized.
You're a good looking man.
Would you do
thank
me a
you.
favor? Would you get rid of the ice around your wheel well? It's ridiculous.
It is. Well, that just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I did. And then
That's part of not having winter tires. If you had proper winter tires, they'd be expelling
You got to take it through the car
out.
wash.
you know what that is? That's getting stuck like 3 times and just...
Yeah, dude, just
getting
get it
stuck.
out.
I will say it is bad, but also my neighborhood is just terrible. There is a city bus that was stuck. A
dude.
city bus.
Oh,
the
dude.
whole neighborhood was
The
taking this bus
residentials
out.
are They're war zones right now.
I've never seen that in my life. A whole bus. Like
Yeah.
if my car gets stuck, a bus.
Yeah. And listen, credit to the city staff that are out there trying to do their best. We're getting another, 8 centimeters here? Like there's only so many people and
They can
vehicles
pick it
that can take care of that snow at this point. I will say this. If you spot a neighbor or a fellow citizen who is shoveling their sidewalk onto the street, lose it on them.
That's what I do.
That is illegal. First of all, it's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. And secondly, what are you doing? Why are you shoveling the snow onto the street just to watch a grader come by later this week and put it back onto your walk?
Okay, well,
You're
didn't think
thinking that a
about
grader will
part.
come by on that street, which it
Oh,
won't.
absolutely.
No, not on.
Not on mine.
Oh, you don't think
know the neighborhood.
you don't think they're going to blade the residential?
They don't do mine. It's never done. It's never done. It's never done. I live on the least trafficked street in the.
Oh, yeah.
Not a chance. Not a chance. One guy actually, he will shovel the road,
Good for him.
which is good. But then there's just like once, like it's.
Yeah.
He's trying,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah.
if we all
I-
kind of joined in, it'd be.
It's big of me to say this because I don't live in town, but the guy that shovels like right to his property line and no further always kind of gets me a little bit.
This guy shovels his lawn too, where like the water is. So if something happens,
Like
he.
I want us
so
to live.
that guy will.
I want us to live in a pay it forward type of society, right? Where like
I don't.
like do both sides, and then if that neighbor is kind of like, oh wow, look at what this guy did, then he can pay it forward and shovel the like.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I've paid it forward too many times, Will, and I've never.
No.
Nothing.
You never
Nothing.
stop.
But you
just
don't
keep-
expect it. You'll
just-
get it
it's
paid
not
and then
about
something else.
It's not about it reciprocating back on you. It's about you giving it out.
But it
Like,
will in a
just-
different way.
Well,
I
It'll,
agree.
it'll come back to you in a
I
different
agree.
form. But what New Year's Eve, you were out. You were out clubbing. Where
quite.
did you sleep?
not quite. I slept in my bed. I did. But yeah, it was nothing crazy. You know what I will say? Last year I went out for New Year's and I regretted it. I hated it.
Are you a New Year guy? Do you look forward to it, or you don't care?
I do, but the thing I look forward to most is just honestly like taking her easy. And I it's boring, as I know people. Oh, you probably went to town and you had the night of your life. No, not really. And I never have done that. I honestly like just mailing it in, and I motivate myself. I like to have a great day. Great night, so that when day one of January 1st, I can start, better than anyone.
Yeah.
That's usually my thing, but this year I was like, I'm going to splurge a little bit. I did go over to my former roommate's place, and we drank, and we had fun, and we played cards till about 4 a.m. And it was fun.
I'm glad to hear that you've healed the wounds in that
it was good.
relationship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're healed long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Those are my best buds. So,
Yeah.
it was so much fun, and I don't really remember a heck of a whole lot, which is kind of a good thing, right? Am I right, LT?
Was there? And listen, I haven't been in since Tuesday. Trev, was there any continued fallout from your Tuesday confession?
No. Told JMO, and JMO was like, "Oh, that's interesting, tube," and that was about it. Nothing too crazy.
Did you?
I wasn't here.
Yeah, but did you hear of?
No,
his
I totally
confession?
check out. I don't pay attention.
He confessed on Tuesday
Weren't listening?
that he enjoys baths so much that he actually doesn't stand up when he showers.
Never have, never will. Well,
Doesn't Dustin sit too? Dustin lays down or whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't sit. He lays down.
Yes.
In
You
any
lay down?
in
Oh,
any
yeah.
shower that he's in.
Yeah. Dusty says he only does it when he's like
he's drunk.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like he keeps lets the tub fill. He just lies down in every shower. Is that what you did on New Year's Eve?
No. Well, like to get ready. Yes, I did, and it was fun. But there's nothing wrong with it. Will, you should seriously do it. It's
Broke
good for
my
the
kid's
soul.
brain.
No, it's good for the
All
soul.
they talked about on the way home. They're like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's not
I'm like,
that bad.
yeah, well, every other day, man.
Yeah.
He gives us a new one.
It's nuts.
Pop some champagne
I can't believe it.
at 12. It was great. That was my New Year's baby.
Poppers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
There was a couple cans of whipping cream. I was
Okay.
kind of like, we doing whippets?
Hitting the whippets. I love it.
Everyone looked at me like I have no idea what you're talking about. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess it's not that party. All right.
It's changed now. You're
Yeah.
older. It's New Year's.
I guess-
New Year's isn't what it used to be
I guess
anymore.
no one else did the club scene in the 90s.
Nobody likes to get down
like
anymore.
old
yeah.
man Fraser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It really relaxes you, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, parts of you. Yeah, sure. Okay, getting back on track here. The Nielson Show, Hour 1 is presented by Ewell. That's the 6 o'clock hour. Your power play specialist. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. Plus, you can order online anytime. Ewell.ca. That's EWEL, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Well, if you want to, I do have the conch. I have the didgeridoo. I got the horn. We got all the... Will's got bells. Hit a button, Will. Come on, show the people what you got here. Oh, perfect. Can you dish one out to old X-Ray J here? He goes, howdy, Eric. Can I get a conch out for my wife and her family for the loss of their matriarch? Sorry, X-Ray J, but the conch for her. So as I said, if you want, get your resolutions in 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. We look to keep an eye on that as it continues to go. Close your ears, Cruise FM, Southside Stobie says. There's nothing.
Has anyone ever followed through on a New Year's resolution? I've done it once, and I've continued to do it.
Who cares? Like you say it, and then once January is over, you forget what you even resoluted.
No. I've continued to this day.
I asked you as well, do you eat them or do you light them on fire? People do this, hey? Like they'll eat or tattoo it on your back.
Supposed to do that like with old like lovers. Like
something like that, yeah.
Like after a breakup, you were supposed to like write all the things that
their name.
They upset you about and burn those or something.
In a basket.
Am I wrong? Was that not some sort of traveling pants sort of thing?
Something like that. We'll get to resolutions coming up next. Your resolutions.
Sure I saw something involving magic blue jeans or something that had that in it.
Yeah, it's... But you make it up as you go. There's no like, you can do whatever you want. You can stencil it into your skin. You can
stencil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Put it on a chip. like a computer chip.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Get it into the whole thing.
Okay.
780-218-9999. We'll do resolutions and stuff coming up next. If you have any, get them in for yourself, for the Oilers. And anyone else you'd like to discuss. We'll go around the horn, maybe share one. You probably have one, hey?
Oilers fans should make a resolution to just enjoy this team some more.
You and your damn reasoning.
Yeah.
You and your logic guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a... Well, let's get to the show here as well, because I want to go through the month of January for your Edmonton Oilers. That'll be coming up a little later on. Crack Pack, that'll be coming up. I'm a Crack Pack fiend. And I got a lot during the holidays. I found myself with one 2014 hobby pack of CFL cards. We'll be cracking at 6:45. And an interesting Christmas miracle as well involving Wayne's cards we'll get to. That's all coming up in the opening hour. 7:05, Chris Johnston, TSN. Chris Johnston, TSN.
With the T.
And The Athletic. I wish we could have him for 2 segments. I got a lot to go over with him, and I'm sure you do as well, Will. With 1L here. He'll be joining us. He is our hockey insider later on at 7:05. Play Alberta Early Bird special today. We'll be going over some of that as well. And Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network, he'll be by at around 7:40, 7:45. Prior to that, Will and I will go over the Week 18 slate in the NFL, take a look at some of the... It'll be an interesting Saturday in the NFL. Maybe not so much Sunday, but a few things still need to be taken care of when it comes to playoff seeding. And for the Jacksonville Jaguars especially, it can go as high as 1 and as low as pretty much 7th, I think, is the latest. So we'll have more on that. Mike Garafolo will come in and clean up our mess as well and let us know what we should be paying attention to heading into the final week of the NFL regular season. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's at 8:05. You'll have the questions for that. I don't
all
see any
5
paper.
of them.
You put them on your tablet now?
No, I'll write them down.
Okay. 3 questions to me as well for the great staff at Park Master. If you have any questions, specifically for Will, guest host today, get them in, 780-218-9999. That's good for the Italian Center. That's coming up at 8:30. No Sobeys and Safeway Liquor.
Good.
Beer of the week today, as, they were smart and took this Friday off. So good for them. But we will have...
They got the memo.
They understood what's going on. They looked at the calendar and said, why would you be dumb enough to come in on one single day? That's good for the Italian Center.
That's good.
I did take a look at the Oilers' January schedule, so you don't have to. We'll be going over it in great detail.
Oh, no.
And a very favorable one as well. I know there's a lot of hand-wringing about the early part, pre-Christmas, but January's looking real good.
That was. I know we never
good.
talk about this, but it was quite a kickoff to the 2026 in the English Premier League yesterday.
Oh, we're not talking soccer on the sports show.
Four contests in
cut
total.
Cut his mic.
2 goals
Cut
in
his mic.
total.
Well, that's soccer. It's a boring sport.
It's not boring.
It's very niche.
It has
I don't think it'll ever really take off.
It
I
has
don't
been very exciting, especially in the last decade. Like, it's really found its footing, and then they kicked off Gen 1 with just a wet fart. for
Speaking of
everyone.
excitement, though, World Juniors quarterfinals today as well. That gets
There's-
underway. Now
there's some
that's
goals.
exciting.
There's some goals
and
being
you really
scored.
don't know what's going to happen.
No, it is chaos.
It's really. I mean, from the top to the bottom, it's just all over the place. So we'll get to the juniors. We'll get to the Olympic rosters. USA comes out as well. Let's get to a sports update though. First, YouTube Trev's got it here. It's for Paramount Flooring. This January, Paramount Flooring wants to give you more with free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? It says that here.
Hey, man, a nice underlay is a difference maker.
I soak my feet every day.
Okay?
Epsom salt,
Yeah?
apple cider vinegar. Talk about treating your feet. Paramount Flooring wants to treat your feet. Visit them in store or online, paramountflooring.ca.
It's quite a smell, I'm sure, you're brewing down there.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's better than most other feet. If you're listening on 957 Cruise FM, we'll take a quick break, a little bit of traffic as well. But if you are watching and listening, iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, edmontonsportstalk.com, or on the YouTube, here's a sports update with Trev. We'll be back, New Year's resolutions, and the Crack Pack for wins. This is Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
From the NHL last night, the Senators defeat the Capitals 4-3. The Jets have now lost 8 straight after falling 6-5 to the Maple Leafs, and the Canadiens outscore the Hurricanes 7-5. Just 4 games in the NHL tonight. Golden Knights face the Blues as the Wild, battle the Ducks, Kraken taking on the Canucks, and the Rangers squaring off with the Panthers. As for the Oilers, they're back at it tomorrow with a matinee matchup against the Flyers at Rogers Place. That one gets going at 1:30. Over to the World Juniors, where the Canadians remain undefeated. 5 games on tap tonight, highlighted by the Finland taking on the Americans, and Canada taking on the Slovaks. Puck drop for that one is set for 6:30. Back in Edmonton, where the Oil Kings have now won 4 straight after taking down the Rebels 5-1. They don't hit the ice again until Sunday when they welcome in Seattle. Just 5 games in the association last night. Tonight, the Raptors. Tomorrow, the Raptors back in action when they host the Hawks at 5:30. The sports update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more with premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Visit us in store or online at paramountflooring.ca. And YouTube Trev, you're kind of up to date.
A little Contravoid getting you in. Hour one continues here on the Nielson Show.
You are my favorite human.
A Friday installment, January 2, here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, The Source, iHeart, TuneIn Radio apps, YouTube as well. If you are watching this morning, give us a thumb and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 13.7K subscribers. Love to see it. Our continued approach of 14,000 goes on. And, of course, 95.7 Cruise FM, we are back with you. Traffic updates today will be fun to listen to, I'm sure. I know we got one in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Mark says if you're heading west of the city, don't. It's at least 15 cars in the ditch, 2 semi-trucks by the time he hit Bruce Grove. I do believe he means Spruce Grove, although Bruce Grove is quite an interesting...
If I had a friend named Bruce who lived there, I would call it Bruce Grove.
We're going out to Bruce Grove, yeah. I've never... It means pretty. But Spruce Grove, so yeah, if you are kind of... I mean, in the city... For all my traveling I did, Will Fraser, during my holidays and highways and all this stuff. And
highways and byways,
Edmonton roads are the worst, most dangerous place I could have been because it's just how it is.
We have so much more snow. Like,
well, yeah, there's lots.
I was
and
in
the rain.
I was in Red Deer for over the holidays, and they have half as much snow. It was. I thought for sure they'd have more, but no, Edmonton got hammered.
Well, the rain doesn't help either. You get a shower, and then the next day
freezing rain hasn't helped.
I know, but I'm just saying it adds to the. I can deal with snow, winter. I mean, whatever, you move it out of the way. And
I agree.
Minus 13 for a Highlander today.
Highway 16 or 16A. Out in Bruce Grove, I need to know.
Bruce Grove. Mark, if you're listening still, give us an update there. And anybody else, if you have any, I mean, we'd be glad to share them and pass them
Did
on.
I cause any of those accidents? That's the other thing I need to know.
You were
on my
east
way in.
from west, but I mean, that's Will Fraser. That's Will Fraser. That's Will Fraser. Yeah. High beams on.
Yeah, exactly.
You're one of those idiots with the real, what are those lights? The special kind that hurt your eyes, whether or not
the halogens. Yeah.
God, there's got to be some sort of...
They should make a law! Probably.
Yes,
just enforce existing ones.
You got my vote.
Yeah.
Hour one of the Nielson Show brought to you by Ewell. Once again, your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. Plus, you can order anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner and power and source for all things electrical. We're not coming live. I should mention the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, a place I did frequent over the holiday season. You can get their delicious bone-in chicken, just $8. It's a 3-piece deal right now, spicy or non-spicy, for limited time. Check out www.popeyeschicken.ca for more. It's always hot in the Popeyes Chicken Studio. Did say if you have any confessions, get them in. 780-218-9999. And maybe best confession today or some other text might win you that Royal Pizza text of the day, $20 to Royal Pizza. Adam in Quebec says, first time checking in during the holidays. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Wishing you all of the EST the very best in 26. 10-pin Joey says, my dad, Bruce, lives in Bruce Albert. So we have one.
In Bruce Albert?
We've got one. Yeah, but not Bruce Grove, but Bruce Albert. Yeah. So any Bruce, I mean... Bruce Park
doesn't work the same.
No, I know, but it's we're trying.
That makes it funnier, actually.
He gets the joke, right? Yeah. Safety Bob says January 1, 2025, I committed to lose 30 pounds by January 1, 2026.
I was out in Bruce Duke.
January Bruce Q.
Yeah.
January 1st came, he says, and drumroll, only 41 pounds to go.
Okay. What?
This New Year's resolution is to lose 41 pounds. So he...
Oh, good for you, bud.
So he committed to lose 30 pounds last year.
Okay.
January 1st came this year, and he gained 11.
Only 41.
If my math is correct there. Okay, well, look. Yeah.
I when I lost my weight, it was not a New Year's resolution, but it was like January 20th when I started.
That's a new... Is there a grace period? I think the month of January should be just
what it was? It was it was a stepping on the scale after a holiday season and going, oh, no. Oh, that's 20 pounds more than I thought it was.
Did you do the Homer I'm on the towel rack? Oh, no.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But you're right.
Yeah.
You do a lot of gluttonous activity during the season, and then you're like, I feel...
Yeah, and so...
Just get a water in me.
Yeah, it was one of those ones I must be up a few. And I stepped on it, I was like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is not good.
Yeah. So this is good though. So this was January for you. Wasn't January
Yeah,
1 at the stroke of midnight?
January 20th is when I downloaded the weight loss app and started tracking calories.
And look at you now.
Oh, dude,
You're a chisel.
The apps that you can get, none of them pay me money to say, so I'm not going to say their names, but any of them out there that help you count your calories, the ones that that when they give you the survey, they're like, how quickly would you like to lose your weight? Do it as fast as possible. The last thing you want to do is make it last any longer. And also, the quicker you lose it, the better you feel. It kind of builds on itself. It is very much a rolling fat guy down a hill. You get some momentum. So
Yeah,
go for it.
Unless you're doing like a drug to get rid of it. I don't know why you would not want to get rid of it fast.
I would do both. You know what I mean?
Gloves off. You don't.
Yeah. I did it right before the Ozempics and the Wegovy's came into vogue, and it's my only regret. I wish I would have waited another 6 months and just gotten a prescription, because my food ideation is pretty extreme. So those drugs work, man. So yeah, do whatever you can. You will not regret it, especially if you're over 45. Now's the time.
Great advice here from Will Fraser. If you're looking to get in shape, losing weight, getting in shape, it's kind of
Well, no, they're
no, I know, but some people may want to lose weight, and you don't have to get swole.
So
or buff
I had spent between 40 and 45 equating the two and failing, just constant attempts and constant failures, and it's because trying to do anything while wearing a backpack that weighs 40 pounds of your human fat just leads to injury, disappointment.
That's what the Army does. They're in the river valley.
Yeah, exactly.
They got the backpacks on the weight.
It's like you're rucking your own body.
rucking.
And so I always suggest drop the weight before you are trying to run any marathons, because it's so much easier to run a marathon with 50 less pounds. So
what was your max weight, Will? Bob Lloyd asks.
My max weight was 224.
So with your height, your BMI was kind of out of whack. Is that what you're?
Yeah, it was the BMI I was worried about, not the heart palpitations. So, I was big. I always tell my wife, I'm like, those people who have body dysmorphia, and they look in the mirror and they think they're fat. I was the exact opposite. I was looking in the mirror going, you're holding together pretty good there, Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Towel around your waist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was totally just in denial.
You were drunk on your own. Yeah. Mark now chimes in 16 cars in the ditch, up from the 15 count that he had before. So it continues to grow. YouTube Trev, New Year's resolution. What do you got? Do you make them? Do you subscribe to them? Do you even care?
Yeah, you know what? As I've gotten older, I do care a little bit more. I never really had them growing up, but I've been pretty consistent, in the gym for the last, I'd say 6 months, going at least 3 to 4 days in the week. And I'd like to keep that going. I really would. So that's one, keeping that going. And then just YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel, and I want to be a lot more consistent with that. Last year was kind of a setback. Not my best year, that's for sure. So be a lot more consistent with the channel, upload at least twice a week.
I think you need to start a second channel not about hockey. Something you are way less emotionally involved in.
You haven't heard about our podcast.
It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, Will.
Your podcast idea?
Him and I have a podcast that we're going to be launching.
Fairly soon.
2026.
Yeah. We need to get that going.
You guys, I've got a pitch for you, for the three of us, if you want.
3 people?
No, of a show.
Oh, okay.
I've been curating this for years.
Is this just like a variety show type of sorts?
I think it's the money one. I think this is
the golden goose.
This is the
I'm listening.
The $300 million Spotify deal waiting to happen.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I'm not saying it over the air.
That's a good point.
I will say our podcast idea over the air. We're going to be doing a podcast, but it revolves and only discusses the Oilers' third line.
That's it.
So we don't talk about everybody talks about Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and all the rest. We only talk, not the fourth line, the third line.
The rest of the world zigs while this man zags.
And we're going to call it the third line podcast.
And that's exactly what we're going to discuss.
You're sick.
Is the
And
third
only
line.
players that are on the. So if you're on the third line one night, we'll talk about you. If you're off
once
it,
you're off,
you're done.
yeah.
We don't even acknowledge your existence.
Even though we're the only ones who say things like third line. Like the only reason it's called a third line is because they have to fill out a lineup card.
I don't. That's all semantics. Third line podcast, and we don't even need to spell out. It could be the number 3 an RD.
That's probably the
third
first thing
line.
you guys have to determine is how do you determine a third line? Is
That's
it
the
the
thing.
line that gets played the third most in that game?
This is an episode. I mean, this is the
what determines the third line?
Or is it the line that is filled out on the lineup card as
Yeah.
the third line?
Yeah, we'll go into the history.
Lots to discuss.
You know, we'll talk about Richard III, who invented the third line back in.
And that is
The
1756.
Lionheart?
Yeah.
Richard the Lionheart invented it.
Richard Lionheart III,
Yes.
who came up with the idea of having a third line
Richard
in
the
hockey.
Lionheart.
Yeah. We do it all. It's
Wow.
we'll have it all. We'll have various sponsors and whatnot. It'll be great. Spruce Grove Corey, Oilers would need a third line first, wouldn't they?
See, another good thing to
what
discuss.
you're-
That's
Do
why
you get the,
I see
do
what
you
he
get the-
did there.
there's a big question mark.
Yeah.
But that's the joke.
On
And
the
we would
third line.
discuss it. That's where the discussion is. That's where we would talk about
Yeah.
it. And you could take everything good about the team, and everybody else has all those
Yeah.
podcasts. And
I'm always entertained in this town that when this team doesn't win, the problem was the third line. And when they do win, it's because the two best players on the planet were the two best players on the planet.
Yeah.
I've never heard you say this before. What a
We don't talk about those two players.
power play merchants, lack of depth scoring, goaltending issues. Get them all in, whatever you have.
Deep.
Ryan from Saskatchewan says Oilers' New Year's resolution, regardless of how the season goes, leave your checkbook in your pocket July 1. Yeah, is that a bit of a pro scouting gripe there as well, and going off and signing the? Look, as it says in the title on YouTube, Mangiapane Trade Watch. I think right now, and I don't know who's going to disagree. 3C, get Monge. They call him Monge. Get his money off the books, and away you go. Maybe there's a Boone Jenner. Hey, Boone Jenner. Remember that name? Columbus? Huh?
I do remember that.
Huh?
Yeah, 2 seasons ago,
Huh?
we were talking about that.
I think the money is kind of similar.
It
You
fits.
could kind of.
Yeah. I have time
Anyways.
for it.
We'll see.
On the third line.
Any Mangiapane trade scenarios, get him in, text him in, 780-218-9999, and maybe we'll find some time. Or we'll take those texts and bring them to the third line pod and dish them out there.
Lots to discuss.
Cut them up. They're it. That's the thing. It's
new
an
day.
endless stream of discussion. Will, you could come on as a guest. We would pay you.
I love this.
Yeah. Better than your
absolutely.
gig here. Yeah. Ty says, "Hey, Will, which app did you use for your weight loss? Please, I tried a few, did not work for me." You don't want to.
Okay.
Can you mime it? Can you spell it
No,
quietly?
I'll say it. I used Noom.
Noom?
Yeah. Yeah. They do have a free feature, and I would say this. Usually the first time you sign up, it gives you like the first 30 days for free of all of the thing, and like use it, like just commit to it. And then after that, they give you a free version, watered down. Like do not.
Yeah.
Like I at least did not ever pay money for it and didn't need it. But if you like, I have a couple strategies. The other strategy I'll give you is if you are someone who ideates on food as severely as I do, and I do, like I love food. And this is going to sound a little creepy, but honestly, I did it. And I found that it helped. Is I went. This is uncomfortable. I don't know if I can say this on terrestrial radio.
Wow.
I went serial killer about food
Oh, that's fine.
when I was on my diet. And what I mean by that is anytime I found myself ideating about a food I was no longer having, I would pull out my phone. We have like a groceries app, like where you can like share the grocery list with your spouse or whoever else in your family. And I created a new list where I just would write down the foods that I would eat once I hit my number. Like, and it was long by the end of it. But like, and then I would like, I promised myself that like, if I hit my number, I would give myself one day to have all the food that I had been saying no to. And
Did you ever wear the food?
dude,
and
like
dress up with
it
the
was,
food?
It
and-
was pretty
and
much like that.
dance
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the food?
Like it puts the lotion on the skin.
Put it in a high heel
Yeah,
shoe,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. What are you about a size 16? Yeah, like it was exactly like that. Yeah,
I
like
love it.
It was intense. It was very intense, but it kind of takes that level of intensity to do it. And the other thing I did is I lost a drastic amount of weight as quickly as I could. I went from 224 on January 20th to 158 in July of that year. Yeah, I lost, and the other thing is if you're as big as I was, especially after a holiday season, that first 10 pounds will come off in 1 week because it is mainly water. Like as soon as you eliminate the amount of salt you have out of your diet, and like the other thing, the strategy that you have is like you try to keep your stomach full, and so you do that with water, like, and it just flushes the system out. Like it. Weigh yourself every day at the same time. And yeah, that first 10 pounds will absolutely scream off. And then you'll plateau, and then you'll hit another dip, and then you'll plateau, and then you'll hit another dip. But yeah, if you stick to it and kind of hit that sort of 1,600 calories per day and walk every day and increase your steps every day, anyone can do it. I'm an idiot, and I did it. So
Ty chimes back in Noom app. That's Noom. Is that what it is, or?
does he work for the company? This feels like a grift.
Well,
I feel like I'm being tricked here.
Yeah, you're providing some advice here, and it's he likes it.
Yeah, I think you got the spelling right.
Okay.
I'm not going to spell it. Stop trying to get me to do any sort of advertising. I know I'm on to you, man. I get what you're doing right now. I can see it.
How much are they paying you?
Exactly.
This is his number wasn't even in here. This is clearly a
Yes.
yeah. This is all a.
You're a bot, man.
Well, you have something to do with this, I'm sure. This is all set up. 780-218-9999 if you have any other questions. Let's get to the crack pack quickly here for Wayne's Sports Cards. As I mentioned, I got a few Christmas gifts this season, one of which was a $50 gift card to Wayne's Sports Cards and Collectibles from my wife. Which again, you can go to Wayne's and you can get cards, but you can also get a lot of other things, including Lego. They got tons of Lego. Actually, Wayne, sometimes if the Lego store in the mall, Wayne will be like, I can help you out. Like Wayne helps out Lego. Wayne. So he's sitting on a lot of Lego, Funko Pops, cards, as mentioned, comic books, Magic cards, that whole bit, Wayne Sports Cards. They are now conveniently positioned right next to the Italian Center, West End here of Edmonton. So go check them out today. Big, beautiful new showroom. It's just... The other place was great because it was so in your face and packed, but this has got a lot of room to breathe. And ask for Wayne because if he's in the back doing something.
Liebenstrom?
What's this?
Liebenstrom?
Is this the Duolingo app?
Breathing
Yeah.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a high ceiling.
High?
Yeah. But they got like a service door, so you call for Wayne, and then they'll have like a PA. I'm trying to get them to get a PA system. Wayne to the front, like.
Yeah, but it's got to be full of static.
Yeah. And one of those
That
long
thing
mics
can't
that
be
you
clear.
bend. Yeah. So, and I had a lot of packs this Christmas that I did crack, and I found myself left with a 2014 Hobby. Upper Deck CFL, 6 cards per pack. I'm going to slow burn this one here, and this is our crack pack. I'm sorry, boys. I mean, I usually...
No need to
usually
apologize.
Cards for the three of us here, but
I'm
we
not
only got
even
one
here,
pack.
man.
Well, I mean... card number 1... Grant Shaw. You remember that name from your Edmonton Eskimos back in the day, 2014.
More like
Grant Shaw.
Grant Shank, am I right?
Well, he had a hell of a leg. The accuracy maybe wasn't there all the time. Grant Shaw, card number 1. Aha! Some Advent. Yeah, pop that one open. You didn't get to all of them? Not even post Christmas? Well, crack these open. What do you got here?
The
I'm going to
Upper
continue
Deck
on mine.
2020-21 series.
Thomas
Young Guns.
DeMarco, Ottawa Red Blacks. Luke Brodeur Jourdain, Montreal Alouettes. Chad Owens, the Flying Hawaiian, hey, from the Toronto Argonauts. Andrew Harris and Kyrie Hebert of the Alouettes again. Now, boys, what do you got here? What's your pack?
Got a Keith Yandel.
What was the thing?
It was the Upper Deck 2020-21 series.
Love
so the COVID series.
And these are coming out of the Wayne's
With the Young
Advent
Guns.
calendars that we had that we didn't get rid of.
Lots of shots, guys playing in bubbles. A Keith
what?
Yandel. Remember, this was the bubble year.
Oh, Bubble, yeah. Yeah, the
Alec
buses.
Martinez.
Yep, Martinez.
Connor Garland.
Mr. Turtleneck himself.
Oh, the Coyotes.
Yep.
A Coyotes, Connor Garland. That's a collector's
An
item.
Arizona Coyote.
Ooh, Philip Zadina. Never heard of you. See what I did there?
Yeah. Philip.
Josh Morrissey. Speaking of Olympians,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well.
Connor Brown of the Ottawa Senators.
Aha! We're taking it back a notch there. I love it.
All right. Yanni Gordy.
Yeah. Yanni Gourdy.
Is this the third line show already?
Sounds like
Have
it.
we already
You got the
transitioned
third
into
line
the third
back.
line show? And Colin Miller.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Completing the set.
So young stars not included.
Well, this is one of those packs where you fill in the base set. Like this is a good. Again, this is the third line pack. It's right
It's
on.
from 2021, so I'm sure a lot of those guys are still considered maybe young stars. It's now 25, 26, and they're neither young or stars.
I had a young gun, Igor Zamula, who just fell out of favor in Philly and was dealt for Philip Tomasino to the Penguins.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that Zamula card to hit.
Yeah.
And it will.
Here it comes.
You just wait. Trev,
Yeah.
what do you got here on the card cam?
Yeah, I have the exact same deck as Will.
Card for card.
Yeah, I got Mark Scheifele,
Well, that is a young star.
Kiefer Sherwood as Avalanche. I didn't know that. Michael Del Zotto, Dmitry Kulikov, former Oiler. I got a young gun. Nolan Foote
Yeah.
Aha.
What a young
of
gun.
the Devils. Yeah,
Well-
not much there. Mitch Marner of the Toronto
Mitch
Maple Leafs.
Marner.
Ryan
Mitch Marner.
McDonough and former Oiler Devin Dubnyk as a Shark.
Hey, man.
Did he finish off with the Sharks?
I guess so.
Doobie doobie doo.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
There we go. That was fun.
He's started his career helping get first overall draft picks and
did.
finished it off helping get first overall draft picks.
Yes, he did.
A real saint, hey? Yeah. A couple more texts and we'll get to hour number 2 here. We got Chris Johnston of TSN coming up. RCN, you remember old RCN, he says dropped 40 pounds in 5 months.
Yeah.
More to go.
Yeah.
I know he's been working hard on the, on the Peloton there, RCN, but, and he's doing a lot of walking as well. So
Yeah.
good to see from him.
Yeah.
Somebody wants, the hair outlaw in the nasty chat says more Buffalo Bill impressions. LOL. You really hit that one good. You're impressing somebody out there outside of myself.
Don't you hurt my dog.
Maybe a dance later on. Give us a little tuck.
Precious.
Tuck it in.
Yep.
That was hour 1. Hour 2 coming up. More of a business hour, as I mentioned. Our 2 guests of the day will be joining us both at the front and the back. Chris Johnston of The Athletic will be going to the ice with him, talking Oilers, Olympics, World Juniors, all that great stuff in and around the hockey universe. Play Alberta Early Bird. We'll get to that midway through the hour, and then we're going to get over to the football field. Talk a little NFL Week 18. We'll discuss that, and Mike Garafolo will join us at the end of hour number 2 to clean it up. He is our NFL insider and analyst. He'll be by later on in the 7 o'clock hour. The Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson. Weiss Johnson, whoa. Head to WJ Sports Talk right now for more details between Weiss Johnson, Edmonton Sports Talk, and the Nielson Show here. Of course, EST presented by Play Alberta, and as mentioned, that early bird will be coming up midway through hour number 2. Sports update right now with YouTube Trev. If you're listening on 957 Cruise FM, you get a quick break, a little bit of ads, and a traffic update, which you'll probably need for today if you are heading back to work or heading out in and around town. It's for Chelsea LaBelle Expedia Cruises. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. You can give her a call, 780-970-4834. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show begins next here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
From the NHL last night, the Senators defeat the Capitals 4-3. The Jets have now lost 8 straight after falling 6-5 to the Maple Leafs, and the Canadiens outscore the Hurricanes 7-5. Just 4 games on the NHL slate tonight. Golden Knights face the Blues. The Wild battle the Ducks. Kraken taking on the Canucks. And the Rangers squaring off with the Panthers. As for the Oilers, they're back at it tomorrow with the matinee matchup against the Flyers at Rogers Place. That one gets going at 1:30. Over to the World Juniors, where the Canadians remain undefeated. 5 games on tap tonight, highlighted by Finland taking on the Americans and Canada taking on the Slovaks. Puck drop for that one is set for 6:30. Back in Edmonton, where the Oil Kings have now won 4 straight after taking down the Rebels 5-1. They don't hit the ice again until Sunday when they welcome in Seattle. Just 5 games in the association last night and 10 games on the slate tonight, where the first place OKC Thunder face the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors are in action tomorrow when they host the Hawks at 5:30. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834. YouTube Trev, you're up to date.
Always the same here, the time it seems to pass me by. Always the same here, reaching the end. So always same. No promises. No promises. So let me lie. So always same. For what it is to lose, for you, shameful. For what it is to lose, for you, shameful. No promises kept.
7:04, hour 2 of the Nielson Show begins here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnston, EST presented by Play Alberta. Happy New Year to you and yours. Once again, don't know why I'm here today and didn't take the Friday off. I had time, Will Fraser. I didn't know what I was doing, but Lieutenant Eric, Will Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen. He'll be back Monday. We'll all be back. Regular kind of programming, not this who's in, who's out type of seating during the holiday, which is kind of fun.
Did you think that like when they reset the year, they reset like the days of the week as well? Is that the mistake that you made?
I don't know.
Like, did you think that January 1st fell on a Sunday every year?
No, not that thing. I didn't think that it was like a day of the week holiday, but I can't tell you, man. I don't know what I wasn't thinking.
Clearly.
YouTube Trev there with a sports update as well. We'll be joined by Mike Garafolo. Kind of a half an hour of football talk, 7:30 and onward. But beginning this hour, it'll be all hockey talk, and we've got a lot to discuss, both when it comes to World Juniors, Olympics, Oilers, Sabres. I kind of want to get to as well with our next guest, but a lot. I wish we had kind of a couple segments with him because there is a lot to discuss hockey-wise. So we'll get to him right now. It's Chris Johnston of TSN and The Athletic, and our hockey insider. He is our hockey insider today. It's brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities and work alongside incredible people, helping Edmonton grow for over 50 years. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more details. We are coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, and Chris does join us on our Firehouse Subs hotline this morning. Chris, Happy New Year, man. Welcome back to the program. Don't want to waste too much time here. Let's get into it. And I know there's international stuff to get to with both Olympics and World Juniors. I want to begin, though, with the Oilers, and the title of our YouTube today is Mangiapane Trade Watch. I know it's probably not going to be a sexy trade or anything such as that, but when it comes to the Oilers, and we were looking for resolutions for them moving forward into 2026, it looks like a pretty favorable schedule as well in January. We've heard, obviously, that all camps involved kind of want to maybe get something moving here for everyone's benefit and to get that money off the books. We had a Friday deal here about a month ago, I guess, in regards to the goaltending. Do you sense or do you hear anything happening soonish rather than laterish with Andrew Mangiapane?
Well, certainly you're right. Everyone's open to that. And, this is maybe a little different kind of trade in the sense that Mangiapane has a no movement clause. So that requires obviously the Oilers to work with him and his agent on, finding the right fit. And, money is a factor as well. It hasn't gone well. This is why we're in this position. It hasn't been a great fit for him in Edmonton. The production hasn't been there. The opportunity hasn't been there that he would like on his end of things, but he still makes $3.6 million on the books for this year and next. So it may be one that takes a little bit longer, but certainly, it does sound like, Andrew is open to a variety of potential options, which I think does, make a trade a little bit more palatable. It's not as though it's one or two teams and that's it. You have to make a deal. I think that there's a pretty good spirit here of trying to see a good outcome. And I think there's teams out there that, even looking at the way this last few months has gone for Mangiapane, still see the ability for him to maybe come in and bring some secondary scoring to their teams. And we'll just have to see where that ends up.
And I think we've talked with other people as well, and I'm sure yourself included, about the need or lack of a third line center here on this team. And I don't know how you make that work. Again, the Mangiapane, you mentioned getting the money off the books, but how do you sense, or where do you sense the Oilers are in their pursuit of that and securing like a true 3C for this team moving forward?
That feels like the kind of work you get done a lot closer to the deadline. I think, frankly, that the standings are still upside down and mixed around, and all of a sudden, teams that we were talking about maybe being sellers like Nashville not so long ago, they're kind of in a playoff race. Obviously, Buffalo, as you mentioned, winning 10 straight games has changed the complexion entirely of their season. And so I still don't think we have an abundance of sellers that are motivated to, move out the kind of player that the Oilers might have to target. But certainly as they have their pro scouting meetings and start to really plan out and map out what happens, on March 6th, I think that'll be, right near the top of the wish list, at least barring any other sort of unexpected turns of events when it comes to injuries or things of that nature. So, I think that you're going to have to be patient on the third line center. I would expect, that perhaps the Mangiapane trade could happen sort of separate to that because it's sort of a different situation. But teams with a shopping list, it's a tough time to be shopping right now.
There is a lack of a sell-off going on, which is kind of interesting considering the depth, especially at the top end of this year's draft. Watching what's going on at the World Juniors, it must have some GM salivating, but I also wonder if the upsets that have happened in the NHL draft lottery have also cooled the jets of some general managers that there's no need to be the worst team in the NHL anymore. You just need to kind of be in and around that sort of bottom six to have a decent shot at picking up a really good prospect in this year's draft. Is that influencing things in that, like you mentioned, that it's topsy-turvy? It's not that far from being at the bottom either. Like, you don't need to intentionally make your team worse at the moment.
Right. And nobody is like clearly at the bottom this year as well. Right. I mean, it's not like in this past few years, it's always been sort of San Jose, Chicago, we're like way behind the field by this stage of the season. Right now, anyone, as much as the Sabres, surged up with a 10-game winning streak, if someone gets cold and loses 8 or 9 in a row, I mean, that might be enough to sink right down to the bottom. In fact, that's what we've seen happen with the Winnipeg Jets here with their cold run here over the holidays. So, I think that it's just, there's so many strange and interesting things happening around the league this year. You got the cap truly rising. Everyone knows that's happening for the next few seasons. We've got some emergent teams, some teams that have been traditionally pretty strong that aren't as strong. You have even this year, we have a trade freeze that happens during the Olympic break for 2.5, 3 weeks. So, it's kind of like a run up until that kicks in February 6th, I believe it is, February 4th. I can't recall exactly. And then, and then you have that brief window on the other side before the deadline. I just think there's a lot of different sort of factors at play, and everyone's figuring out what happens. And, they've even made changes to the CBA that I think are going to make trades a little tougher as we get closer to the deadline. That being said, the pressure is still the same. I mean, there's a number of markets out there where the heat is really rising. I think you see that in talk about, do you get rid of a head coach? But also the GMs feel that too. And so, I think we all sort of like player movement. I think that all those factors eventually we'll see more of it. But right now there's, even a team like the Jets at the bottom of the standings, I think they want to take the next few weeks to get a feel for, are they really the 32nd place team? Are we going to be big sellers, or might they get a bounce back and not be thinking the same way?
Yeah, Jets this morning, and just looking at both conferences, Jets 7 points back of a wild card, rooted at the bottom. Blue Jackets as well, 6 points back of a wild card. And I mean, I'll get to the Sabres in a bit here, but I just wanted your thoughts too. And you mentioned those dates, the 4th of February, of course, the NHL trade deadline, March 6th. Yes. So do you, like, with this being different, do you see like an uptick maybe in talks or activity prior to that Olympic break, or is it more so you wait for the Olympics to come, then you have that tighter window prior to March 6th afterwards? How do you kind of see that all unfolding?
Well, I think deadlines kind of force action. I mean, we even saw a couple trades made right before the holiday roster freeze. Mason Marchment went from Seattle to Columbus. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being I'm not going to say it's like trade deadline show. We're not going to, be on air for 10 hours on February 4th, leading into that break. But I do think this next few weeks is certainly for teams that are where the GM isn't quite sure what they are. Are we buyers? Are we sellers? Are we in the middle? I think this January of play is going to be massive. And, with the schedule being as condensed as it is, most teams play 15 or 16 times in January. It's a very busy month for most groups. And so, I think by the time we get to about the third week of January, GMs are going to have to start making up their minds, because the flip side of this, there's no games played during the Olympic break. So when you get to late January, you're actually close in terms of the number of games you're going to see to the trade deadline, to where decisions need to be made. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if this ends up being, by the end of the month, a busier month. I don't sense that's happening just yet. I mean, we've seen a couple smaller trades made here since the roster freeze lifted last weekend, but this, I think in a whole host of ways, this is just a year unlike any we've seen in a while. A lot of disruption in the air, and I quite frankly welcome that.
What are you hearing as far as fallout from Team Canada's roster decision? The guys that made it and the guys that didn't. I personally have opinions about Zach Hyman and whether or not he should be on a Team Canada. I'm baffled by it, but I'm willing to say that I'm skewed because I see him every night and I know how effective he is. But a player like a Mark Scheifele, once again not being added, there's a couple of decisions that I would call inexcusable. What's your opinion on some of the names?
I'm a little softer than inexcusable. I am sympathetic. I mean, the U.S. roster has just been announced here this morning, and there's all kinds of, hate being thrown around there. I mean, look, we have a lot of great hockey players in Canada. I think that the goal of the management team isn't to pick the 25 most skilled or the 25 best, whoever you might define that. They're looking at roles. They're considering, contingencies. If this player gets injured, for example, like, is there someone low in the lineup we can bring up? Hyman has a great case. I mean, you won't find a bigger supporter of that guy than me. I mean, it was around him a lot in his early days in the NHL in Toronto, just a top class teammate, human. The play on the ice speaks for itself. Clearly him and Connor McDavid, have had a tremendous partnership when they've played together, and he scored a lot of goals. And as much as we can sit back and say, well, of course, anyone can play with Connor McDavid, it's
not true.
Always the case.
Yeah.
It isn't always the case. And frankly, I think at the Four Nations, I would say, and McDavid scored the only goal that really matters in the end, but I'm not sure they ever landed on a line that maximized what he can be. And it was only 4 games, no exhibition, not a lot of practice. Like, I'm not saying that we won't get there, and I'm not blaming that on Connor by any means. But, I do think there's an argument to bring in a little bit of built-in chemistry when you have it, because it is all these tournaments are so short, and it's not always a guarantee that if you just assemble it like an all-star team, it's going to work. Tough for Zach. Scheifele, he was actually just here in Toronto last night. It was part of the media scrum that he held. I mean, you really feel the disappointment there. I mean, he didn't miss out, I don't think, on the Four Nations roster by much. And he's actually having at age 32 right now his most productive season.
Yeah.
And while the Jets are at the bottom of the league, if you look at his individual numbers. I'd say the reason they're at the bottom of the league is he's the only line on that team, and he centers that top line that scores, right? I mean, they're getting no offense from anywhere else in their lineup, no secondary push. They obviously played a few weeks when Connor Hellebuyck was injured. That's kind of sunk their season. He's a plus player on a bad team right now. And he's actually has the third most even strength points of all Canadians. So, as he said, I don't think I could have done any more. I actually, people might read that the wrong way. I think he's just saying he can't have any regrets because he's put his best ever NHL campaign on the table and they still passed it by. So, it's a tough job picking these teams. And if Canada goes over there and for whatever reason doesn't come home with a gold, I think we'll be relitigating these decisions over the next decade.
And just that we're here, Chris Johnston joining us, TSN The Athletic. U.S., as you mentioned, releasing their roster earlier today. I know there was talk, Adam Fox, one of the snubs, but what are your thoughts on that roster, just taking an initial glance at it in terms of, emissions and so on and so forth?
Well, Jason Robertson being left at home is a bit shocking to me. I mean, it's kind of been reported that was going to happen these last few days. So, yeah, I mean, it's the guy's done nothing but score a goal a game for the last month. And if you look back over the last number of years, has been absolutely elite offensive driver. And as much as, they do have a Matthews and an Eichel and players that have scored a lot of goals in the NHL as well. I mean, in this kind of tournament, it just seems to be very possible, as great as that U.S. team is, and it really is, they might get over there and find themselves losing some 2-1 games and wondering about leaving, Jason Robertson, maybe even Cole Caulfield. I mean, Cole Caulfield scores a lot of big goals for the Canadians. Like he's kind of shows up when it really matters. I just wonder if they'll have some regrets about, leaving some offense at home, for the likes of, Vincent Trocheck, who I get is, we talk about roles is sort of a role player on a team like this, JT Miller. I mean, I think there's a lot of room to second guess what they did. But that being said, I mean, look at the 3 goalies the U.S. are going to bring. I think their blue line probably will be the best in the tournament. And they do have lots of players with great NHL resumes of scoring. So, maybe we're nitpicking something that's close to perfect as it is, but the Robertson decision in particular boggles my mind.
5 of the top 10 Americans in scoring will not be with the USA.
It's wild.
Robertson, DeBrincat, Caulfield, Lane Hudson, and Trevor Zegras all left off. What's your thoughts, Chris, too? You're out east, the Buffalo Sabres. Will and I were talking before we got on here, and sometimes, I mean, just putting it in regular people's terms, you're at a workplace, and the guy or gal leading you just doesn't seem to have it. Everybody kind of knows it. They get the boot, and then all of a sudden morale improves, and here you go. I know Kevin Adams and Jarmo Kekalainen don't lace him up, but is the situation there as simple as that? I know we've always talked about the Sabres every year. We drop the puck on a new season. We're like, oh yeah, they'll turn it around, and they've done some things, and they got young, exciting, pieces there. But what are your thoughts on the Sabres here? And a hell of a run, 10 straight now, sitting in a wild card spot.
Yeah, it's unreal. Especially, keep in mind being in that market, they haven't made the playoffs in 14 years. People have grown up, got old, and got married and not seen the Sabres play a playoff game in the meantime. I mean, so, you can imagine the excitement that's generated. They're starting to fill the building again. And, I think it's probably a little simplistic to put it all down to the GM change. There were some good underlying numbers with this team actually this year at times that suggested maybe the performance was going to turn, but you can't also escape reality. I mean, there's human beings involved here. They had to kind of get hot at some point in order to fend off the idea that maybe they're selling again and all those things. I mean, the new GM comes in. I think he gets your attention. I mean, everyone who feels like they have a certain relationship, whether it's positive, negative, or maybe even a little bit neutral with the old guy, you get a new boss, it gets people's attention. And, Jarmo Kekalainen had been in Buffalo since last May, as an advisor, but, he doesn't, really have much tied to any individual on the team. He's not loyal. He didn't draft any of these players. He didn't sign them or trade for them. And so, it's really come together, and, it's something to see. Now, can they sustain it? I think Kekalainen will be pretty aggressive if you look at his tenure in Columbus. Made a lot of big trades and wasn't afraid to make some difficult ones in the moment. I think this run has really set them up to be an interesting team to watch here for the deadline. And, I don't know that it's one thing that's clicked, but certainly they're scoring more. I mean, Owen Powers come on their blue line, and, he's had kind of a slow start. He was a first overall pick in the COVID years, and his career kind of didn't get going, but, there's been some progression in his game. And, really, I think that the team is, you get feeling good. Sometimes the wins just roll off the way they are, and 10 in a row is a pretty special stretch.
It's a hell of a thing to watch right now.
Yeah. Does Buffalo's success, does it affect things in Toronto? And what I mean by that is, in this town, we can navel gaze about the Oilers like crazy, but when things are bad, if things are less bad in Calgary, it's worse. Does the success of the Buffalo Sabres affect things in Toronto at all with the season that they're having?
I don't feel that. I think just because Buffalo has been such a distant thought for literally like 15 years, a long time.
Right.
There probably was a time that was the case. And, to me now, sometimes it's a team like Boston. The Leafs and the Bruins have just played so many playoff series. I'm not even saying it's the biggest rivalry, but for whatever reason, it always comes back to the Bruins. And of course, the Leafs made a trade last year at the deadline. They got Brandon Carlo, sent away the first round pick for this season to the Bruins. And obviously, as of this moment, the Leafs are not in a playoff spot. So that could be a good pick for the Bruins and Fraser Minten.
They've never done that before.
Right. I mean, so I think if anything, it's like the fan base tends to skew towards maybe, the Senators and the Canadians in the same division, but also the Bruins because, they beat the Leafs, 4 or 5 times in the last 12 years in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Just quickly here, parting thoughts. World Juniors quarterfinal action gets underway later today, plus the relegation game between Denmark and Germany. But it's Latvia taking on the undefeated Swedes. You got the Czechs at 3-1 taking on 2-2 Switzerland, 3-1 USA taking on 2-1 Finland. And, of course, Canada 4-0 thus far, taking a 1-3 Slovakia. Your thoughts on Canada thus far and moving through, and how do you see them progressing through the tournament?
Well, it's been better than what we've seen in the last few years. They took care of business. They got the top seed, which sets up the best possible quarterfinal.
Yeah.
But I can tell you for sure, people that work for Hockey Canada didn't sleep well last night because this is the game that gives you fits. Because it doesn't really matter what you did in the tournament. It doesn't matter that Slovakia hasn't looked that strong, only one win. If they somehow squeeze out a 1-0, 2-1 win over Canada, it all ends here. Yeah. And so this is the real white knuckle day of the event. But I think the fact that they sort of took care of their own business. I mean, you need only look. The U.S. and Finland are playing today, and I know Canada beat Finland on New Year's Eve, but that's a much tougher game, and that would be one that would really have your attention. So, I think that they're kind of progressing as you'd hope. Pretty offensive team this year, which has been fun. You get some high scoring games like the one we saw to kick off the new year. But this is a white knuckler because anything can happen in hockey. As we know, in one game, you could outshoot them 50-10 and still find a way to lose. So I'm really interested to see, how much urgency they play with. Are they able to come out and establish what should be, a clear edge in this game and sort of suck any possibility of an upset out of it?
Chris, this has been outstanding as always, man. Have a great weekend. Have a great 2026. Do you do the resolutions? Are you comfortable sharing one if you do?
Well, I don't really do the resolutions, but as a new-time father in the next month, first-time father, my resolution is just not to screw that kid up. I'm pretty excited about that. So,
well, if you need advice,
yeah, here's the good news. You won't. And here's the bad news. You absolutely will. So, yeah. The way that you screw your kids up will never be the way that you think you would.
Yes. Yeah. Sounds fun. Yeah. Look forward to that.
It's the old unintended consequences, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. It'll be that neurosis that you hate that you'll see in your own kid that you'll be like, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad.
Good luck with that, Chris. Happy New Year, man, and we'll talk next Friday.
Yeah. All right, boys. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Chris Johnston, TSN and The Athletic. He's got a piece out on Scheifele as well for The Athletic, so if you want more on that. And, of course, USA roster dropping We'll get to that in a second. Do want to mention Chris Johnston joining us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. All subs freshly toasted, stacked high, crafted to satisfy. Each sub piled high with premium meat, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. I'm so sorry reading this liner, given to what you kind of talked about in the opening hour. You can plug yours if you want. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavored every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. 15 locations across Edmonton, the greater area. You can't hide from them, Will. They're all around you.
No, but I can make a list.
You can make a list. Easy to grab, a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, made to satisfy. And of course, Chris Johnston, all our hockey insiders throughout the season for GS Construction. 5 decades they've been proud to serve the communities, working alongside incredible people, helping Edmonton grow for over 50 years. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more details. We'll get to your Play Alberta early bird special coming up here soon. I want to go over, we got the semifinal lines out for bowl season as well. Ducks, Hoosiers, Canes, Rebs. That's in the college football playoff. We'll get to those numbers and maybe take a look at the Week 18 slate in the NFL. But real quickly, that USA men's Olympic roster here for the ice hockey team. Matt Boldy, Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, Jake Gensel, Jack Hughes, Clayton Keller, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Tage Thompson, finding his way on, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and Vincent Trocheck. On the back end,
Jason Robertson must be pulling his hair out.
sounds silver, hey? This is a silver. They did the whole backdrop is silver. Brock Faber, Noah Hannafin, Quinn Hughes, Seth Jones, Charlie McAvoy, Jake Sanderson, Jacob Slavin, and Zach Wierenski. Goaltenders Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman. That is your U.S. Olympic men's ice hockey team roster for the Milano Games.
Bill Guerin's made an interesting call here.
What's your... Robertson is obviously the first thing that jumps off at
That's
you.
crazy,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Especially when you see a Jake Gensel.
But again, I mentioned too the 5 of the 10 American scorers here, and I pull up his names again. The DeBrinkets, Cole Caulfield, the Habs as well. I mean, you're looking at that. You
Yeah,
two, Trev?
Caulfield is wild.
Yeah, is there anything off that Olympic outside of Robertson, Caulfield, or
Like this,
Hudson as well? DeBrinket.
This roster makes Team Canada's roster look absolutely unremarkable, right? Like this has way more controversy in it than Team Canada.
Yeah, I will say, like, if you're a Canadian, which we are, like, this makes me happy. It really does. Because I'm like, Canada, they kind of miss, but Americans, like, leaving out a Robertson. Like, there was a stat I saw just the other day for goals for Americans this season. He's first. For assists, he's first. For points, he's first. It was like every offensive category.
It's not just that, it's
he was
playoff
first.
games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he showed up
Like he's played
a playoff
in big
performer.
games.
He is.
Like I know that we all love Dylan Larkin and he's been a good soldier, but he's played on the worst team for a decade.
Yeah.
It's good soldiers,
Right?
That's all we care about.
Like what has Dylan Larkin done in a big game? Ever.
I don't think he's done anything.
Right.
Maybe in the World Juniors once. I don't know. But
Binnington's a big game player.
yeah, this is true.
Well, but I guess this is the
Vinny
thing.
Trocheck. Vinny Trocheck.
It seems like they switch excuses.
I know. No, that was my
On
point.
a dime.
Yeah.
Right? Like they'll be like, well, Jake Gensel's played in a lot of big games. You need Jake Gensel in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's your logic.
Yeah.
I get that. That's at least a logic I can understand.
player. Yeah.
And then you go Dylan Larkin. Well, but your logic was big games, and that guy's never played in a big game in his career. Yeah. Like it's wild to me. And even the goalies, like we keep talking about how they've got a real advantage in goal, except they don't. In both Hellebuck and Ottinger, both those guys have been nothing but disappointments in the playoffs.
In big moments.
Like honestly, if I was the head coach, I'd be looking at Jeremy Swayman as my starting goaltender, and it won't happen. He's their number 3. But like we just
It's a hot take. It's great.
just saw Hellebuck against this Oilers squad, and we just saw Jeremy Swayman against this Oilers squad. Who was the better goaltender? It was Jeremy Swayman by a mile, by an absolute mile. And we've seen the Oilers and other teams own Jake Ottinger in the playoffs.
Yeah. And again, big moments
We've
for
seen
those two goals.
Skinner outplay Ottinger in the playoffs. This, you know what? This Team USA is probably going to win gold and make me look like an idiot. So I'm fine with that. It's just not the team I would have chosen.
Their defense, though, still so stacked.
Oh yeah, it's
It is a pretty gnarly team, but they have, like, I'm kind of scratching my head here. I'm like, what? Kenny Trocheck and Brock Nelson? That's, I don't know. That's
It
very
is, but
surprising.
then you see a Zach Werenski, and you're like, what?
Yeah. You
Once
think
again,
so?
what has he done?
I mean, I think he's a pretty insane player, Will.
I don't know, man.
I like Werenski a lot. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. This team definitely is going to stack up pretty well against the Canadians.
Finland's also released its roster. If you want more on that, you can check it out. It's all over the X and all those places. You can go. I don't know about any sort of omissions or new faces on that one as of yet, but we'll deconstruct them as we move on through the day. Want to get quickly here to your Play Alberta Early Bird Special. As mentioned, they do have the lines up right now for the college football playoff semifinals. That'll be going on next Thursday and Friday. You've got Miami, number 10, taking on number 6 Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. That's Thursday. Friday, it'll be number 5 Oregon against number 1 Indiana. Will Fraser's Hoosiers. Hoosiers.
So weird.
Right now, though, you can get the Hoosiers
So weird to say this.
minus 4.5-point favorites against the Ducks. I will take the Hoosiers on that one. You've got the Hurricanes minus 3.5 on Ole Miss. I like the physicality of Miami. I do love how Ole Miss play. They are very fun to watch. They can really move the ball quick, get after you. I'm looking at Ole Miss and Indiana in my national championship.
Crazy.
Well, I know. We'll get back to discussing Olympic
I am
roster
not
shortly.
an NC2A football fan by any means, but if you're like me and you haven't been paying attention, Indiana has been an embarrassment of a football program.
They lead in all-time losses.
Yeah.
They hold that record.
Like
dearly.
no one has been as bad as Indiana over the last century. So to see them where they are right now, it feels so weird.
Kirk Cignetti, man, that's a coach, man. He's a Belichickian, Saban, whatever. It's like they...
Well, he obviously has the right recruiters. That's what he has.
Sure, yeah. It's Indiana. I mean, you're not... But now, given what happened in the past couple seasons, that's now guys only go play there. NIL. That is Play Alberta, your early bird special. Download the app today or head to the website, playalberta.ca for more. You can get in on anything NFL Week 18, which we'll be discussing coming up shortly in this hour here, or the college football semifinals. Play Alberta. Revenue helping fund Alberta programs and services. Nielson Show, of course, presented by Weiss Johnson. Head to wjsportstalk.com today for more deals on that. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show, and just as we are on the Play Alberta Early Bird, it's for GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. And a guy that always uses his GameSense is Mitch Lewicki from Park Mazda. He will sponsor our next sports update here coming up with YouTube Trev. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a quick break, a traffic update, much needed for today. And if you are listening, iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or on YouTube, we'll get to a sports update here with YouTube Trev, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the Week 18 slate in the NFL as the regular season comes to a close, and we'll be joined by NFL insider and analyst Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network. Will Fraser, Lieutenant Eric, in with you. It is the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Has officially released their roster for the upcoming Olympics. Quinn Hughes, Tage Thompson, Clayton Keller, and Seth Jones are the 4 players joining the team who didn't play at the Four Nations face-off, while Chris Kreider and Adam Fox are the 2 players left off the team after playing at the Four Nations. 8 games around the NHL last night. The Senators edge the Capitals 4-3. The Jets skid continues as they drop their 8th straight, falling 6-5 to the Maple Leafs. And the Canadians outgun the Hurricanes 7-5. Just 4 games on the NHL slate tonight. The Golden Knights visit the Blues. The Wild take on the Ducks. The Kraken face the Canucks. And the Rangers go head-to-head with the Panthers. As for the Oilers, they're back in action tomorrow afternoon, hosting the Flyers in a matinee at Rogers Place. Puck drop is set for 1:30. Over to the World Juniors. Canada remains unbeaten. 5 games on the schedule tonight, highlighted by Finland taking on United States and Canada squaring off with Slovakia at 6:30. Back in Edmonton, the Oil Kings are red hot, winning their fourth straight after a 5-1 victory over the Rebels. They're back on the ice Sunday when they welcome in Seattle. And in the NBA, 5 games tipped off last night with 10 on schedule tonight, including a matchup between the first place Thunder and the Warriors. The Raptors return in action tomorrow, hosting the Hawks with tip-up at 5:30. The Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a figure skater. He wears like a white outfit and he does interpretive ice dances to my life's journey.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Modern taking you in. Nielson Show continues. Hour 2 here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart TuneIn radio app, and of course on YouTube. If you are watching this morning, give us a thumb, hit the like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're joining us for the new year. And of course, we are back on 95.7 Cruise FM, Edmonton and area. FM airwaves. Lieutenant Eric Will Fraser, YouTube Trev with you. You heard on the Sports Update there. We're going to go off the ice, get to the gridiron, talk a little football here. Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network will be joining us in a matter of minutes to discuss Week 18 as Tube Socks points out. Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Don't know if this will get him the Royal Pizza text of the day, but Tube Socks says, can you believe it's already Week 18 in the NFL?
Can I believe it?
Can you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's the old game of we get to Week 5 and people say, hey, can't believe it's already Week 5.
Right.
Now that the Christmas season is past, though, I do like that it lines up with the fact we can put the regular season behind us, and I'll get into the real meat of it, that being the wild card playoffs. You're not disagreeing at all with anything I'm saying.
Absolutely
I love
not.
it. I love it. It's just
No.
it's the bowl games you don't want to talk about. Boca Raton Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Miteki Car Care. Is that still the one? I don't
Okay,
even
so
know.
if you want to know,
Citrus Bowl was great. Michigan, Texas. That was a hum.
I am a highly superstitious Chicago sports fan.
Yes.
And so I have a hard time.
And a Hoosier. Hoosier.
I have a hard time talking about my Chicago teams without feeling like I am personally affecting their chances at winning.
Well, you must be trembling right now.
Oh, dude.
This is.
I still think it's all smoke and mirrors.
It is.
It is all smoke and mirrors.
They could make it to the Super Bowl and lose,
Right.
and I'll still say it's smoke and mirrors
Yes,
for some strange
exactly.
reason. But that's just it. I do like a little ahead in your evolution, perhaps. Is that where you're kind of at? Like they did you think Caleb will, like all of this, like they will eventually be good? You said to yourself, just not so soon.
I thought they played in the toughest division. I still do, although that division has taken a step back this year.
True.
I honestly, at the beginning of the year, thought that this was going to be a team that was going to be carried by their defense. And it is the exact opposite. And the other thing is like, okay, well, then their quarterback needs to take a jump. And it's their running game that's taken the jump. Like, they've defied all logic on the season that they've had. And also, I've always been one where it's like, well, if they're not up by 20 at the half, they've got no chance. And it's like, no, actually, it's better if they're down by 10.
An all-time classic between your Bears and the 49ers there on the Sunday Nighter.
Yeah.
A 69% chance right now of finishing a number 2 seed in the NFC, which, I mean, a few things to kind of suss out here in Week 18.
Thank you, Seahawks.
Sure. And if you do finish number 2, it would set up a rubber match with the Packers on Wild Card Weekend. How sweet it is. How sweet it would be for you.
Yeah. Well, and it's
But
nice,
also
for the Packers to limp into the playoffs.
How fitting it would be as well to
lose to the Packers, yeah.
Just coming back to
It would
where
be
you
the
were.
least surprising thing in the world.
Yeah. But that's why you're kind of playing with house money here in that, hey, win, it's great.
No,
lose,
you're absolutely right. If they lose to the Packers, you walk away going, of course they did. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And if they beat the Packers, it's a Super Bowl.
It's great. Yeah.
It doesn't matter after that.
Anything else, you beat the Packers and you move on and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's a good way of looking at it. Saturday, things kick off Week 18. Of course, no Thursday night or last night, no Monday night to come. So this is it. Tomorrow, though, Panthers, Buccaneers, 2:30. That's a big one. Seahawks, 49ers as well. We get to see another clash out of that NFC West division going at it. Mike Garafolo is going to make a lot more sense of this because I'm looking at some of the possibilities and things that could happen in terms of seeding, and I know that affects your Bears' will there. I do believe in a weird way, but Seahawks 49ers tomorrow at 6, Panthers Buccaneers tomorrow 2:30. You've got Colts Texans on the 11 o'clock states. Colts, what a tale of 2 seasons in its entirety, right?
Yeah.
You look up that definition, and that is
what
it.
needs to happen between Ravens and Steelers?
Win and you're in.
That's it.
That's it. And that's another good one, as you mentioned, too. Colts, Texans look great. They're at home. Again, nothing game for them. Browns, Bengals, Packers, Vikings, Saints, Falcons, yada, yada, yada. I know Hustler, the reason I'm doing the lock shop later today is Hustler is in Vegas to watch the Raiders take on the Chiefs Sunday at 2:25. And I know you don't know what's going to happen when you get your tickets at the beginning of the season. You assume, hey, we're going to go down there, beat up on a division rival. You're in
never
Vegas.
buy a Raiders ticket going.
Well, no, but he's a Chiefs guy, right? So he figured he'd be going down there and tap dancing on their grave, in a sense.
Yeah, that is an absolute toilet bowl he's taking in.
It's just not good.
Yeah, do not show up sober.
But again, I think we all, most of our opinions on the Chiefs, you kind of watch that with a snide eye, I guess. Lions in Chicago, Sunday, 2:25 as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, Bills, they'll be wearing the red helmets at home against the Jets. I love the look, hate the game. And then, as you mentioned, Sunday night, Ravens in Pittsburgh to battle the Steelers.
That's wild, hey?
Win and you're in. So that's good. So a few of these games.
And I'm like, after what the Ravens did for my Bears last week, I'm pulling for them.
Okay. So you have a bit of a
right? It was the Ravens who
friendship
beat
there,
the Packers
Kinship.
last week.
Yeah.
By beating the Packers, they guaranteed the division for the Bears, even though the Bears lost. So, thank you, Ravens. I also kind of hate Aaron Rodgers, so there's another reason to pull for them. So, I also think they're the biggest upset brewing if they do make the playoffs.
It's very interesting.
Because the Ravens are a team, quote Bill Belichick, the only team that can beat the Ravens is the Ravens.
Absolutely. An interesting start to Week 18 and a very interesting finish it will be. And to help break it all down and set up the scenarios and share his thoughts on the final week of the NFL regular season, it is our NFL insider and analyst, Mike Garafolo. He is brought to you by Mobile One Oil Change at Girard Tire Craft. That's 9845 41st Avenue. Proven protection for every drive you have. Get your Mobile One Oil Change at Girard Tire Craft. Mike Garafolo, sir, welcome to the show, the first show of 2026 here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Lieutenant Will Fraser with you. Happy
I'm way
to
low.
man.
Hold on, I gotta come up here. Hold on, I look like I'm 4 foot tall.
Makeup. Oh yeah. Okay.
Come on.
There,
That's
now
like,
you're free.
It's like the top of my head.
Sit up. We're gonna sit up straight here. It's a good lesson for posture. Happy New Year, man. We were just going over this thing. It's a funny Week 18. Of course, 2 games tomorrow. The Steelers-Ravens one, which really captures that on the Sunday nighter. What are you most looking forward to as the regular season kind of wraps up this week?
I think honestly the Buccaneers-Panthers game. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be an entertaining one. I think it could have implications certainly beyond the playoffs. We're talking about Todd Bowles potentially ending the season at 1-8. He did just get a contract extension before the season, but we've seen the Buccaneers in the past do that or make a move even after doing that. So it was a tightly contested game last time around. The Bucs have ran the ball extremely well against the Panthers in the last couple of years. They certainly did it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be a good start to a good Week 18. I mean, we were last week looking at this saying we may not have any games with implications heading into Week 18. Now we've got at least 3 off the top of my head because we got the 1 seed game tomorrow night. We've got the NFC South game tomorrow afternoon, and we've got the AFC North game on Sunday night. So I like when. Because fantasy's done by now, so everybody's like, oh, sort of checked out in Week 18, and we're already on to who's going to get fired on Monday. So I like that we have games with implications here.
And you could do like kind of an election style. I mean, you got all the screens out, you're moving things around, things can go. And I think one of the teams that I didn't mention earlier was the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? Like they can soar high this week and also fall quite a bit, can they not?
They can. I don't see any way that they lose a game against the Tennessee Titans right now. That would absolutely floor me if that happened, which kind of stinks for the Texans because they made a charge here, but just couldn't overcome the 0-3 start to win the division. Good for them. They made the playoffs. They're a team you don't want to play in the postseason, but you would think the way that they finished the season, if I just block those first 3 weeks, you'd say, oh, there's the division champ. So a frustrating end to them. But Jacksonville has been really solid offensively, right? They've been playing. We talk about teams that play behind the sticks versus teams that have manageable second and third downs. They do a great job of that. That helps Trevor Lawrence. If you look at the numbers, it doesn't look like this has been anything different for Trevor Lawrence. In fact, a step back in a couple of categories. But I know, and I see it, and I hear it. He's playing his best football of his career, and that's a big credit to Liam Cohen, also to Grant Udinsky, who's the offensive coordinator down there, who is a name you are going to hear as a potential head coach. He's 29. He's 29, okay? He's probably not going to be a head coach this year, but if he gets a head coaching interview, particularly because he can be blocked for another offensive coordinator job, I would not be surprised. So everybody's been looking. It's always who's the next Sean McVay? Who's the next? Sean McVay was the next John Gruden. Who's the next one of these guys? Grant Udinsky is the answer to that question.
I will ask you this too, and leaving out the 4 teams currently in the hunt, we mentioned Steelers, Ravens Sunday night, Panthers, Buccaneers. Who right now out of the 14 that are in is your biggest fraud? Would you argue?
I'm going to cheat and say all of them because there's just no great team in the NFL, right? So hold on, the teams that are already in, that's the biggest fraud.
I mean, I'm looking at one specifically that always kind of underperforms in the Chargers. Broncos, Pats, Jags, Texans, Chargers, Bills. You can make an argument for them. Hawks, Bears,
but
Eagles.
if you go Chargers, it's not anything like I can't blame them for it. I mean, they've lost offensive lineman after offensive lineman this year. Herbert's been banged up. I just like I'd almost use that and say, you know, like biggest fraud. Yeah, I mean, listen, I will say this. The Rams are playing their guys with a potential chance to get up to the 5 seed. They say it's just because they want to play good football. There are a lot of teams in the NFC. Like the Chargers said, we don't care who we play. It's all going to be a tough game in the AFC. There are a lot of teams that would love to start against the NFC South team. So that's probably going to be your biggest fraud in the postseason. But you asked me who's already in, so I don't know. Green Bay's been disappointing to me at times. Like every time I look at them and I go, oh, that's a complete team. That's a team. And then all of a sudden they cave. So that'd probably be my vote right now. And I hate to use the fraud word, but that's the team that I'm saying. If of the teams that are already in, who could be exposed? Green Bay.
How much did the Bills beating the Pats upset our weighting of the AFC? How much did that kind of make us reconsider just how good we thought the Pats were and whether or not the Bills were still contenders?
Yeah, I think people had that already in their mind. Matter of fact, I had a personnel guy who was making the case because I'm going to fill out my awards stuff pretty much over here, and I'll put it in pencil, and I can make any changes if I want to over the weekend. So I've just been canvassing the league just for opinions. I go with what I see, but also, hey, what are you guys seeing on your all 22 tapes that I'm maybe not seeing? And he made the case for Vrabel for Coach of the Year, and I said, I get it. Vrabel, Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, even Sean Payton. Kyle Shanahan is my guy, but he was trying to make the case for Vrabel, and he said, look, they're not as talented as you think they are. He goes, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're one and done in the postseason, which if they wind up playing the Bills, a team that already beat them, you go, okay, yeah, that's the case for that. But I think people were looking for that game anyway. And once they finally got it, said, see, I told you. It's almost confirmation bias type thing. So I think that probably changed a lot of people's opinions, because Buffalo at least has been there to the AFC Championship game and made runs in the postseason. New England's new, so we're always leaning toward what we've seen before, the confirmation of what we've seen and what we already believed. So that's probably something that didn't necessarily change it. It was already people looking for it.
Mike Garafolo joins us, NFL Network, our analyst insider for Mobile One Oil Change, Gerard Tirecraft. He joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. We mentioned Steelers-Ravens Sunday night that caps Week 18. At this point, does it even matter who wins? Both these teams kind of all season long trying to piss away the division, albeit though in different aspects, I guess. The Ravens, you mentioned, Will, the one danger is them defeating themselves, I guess. But how do you see this thing shake out in Pittsburgh between the Steelers and Baltimore?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to ask me which team has a better shot at making a run, I'm going to go Baltimore. Obviously, even though it hasn't been the same Lamar Jackson, his numbers from a rushing standpoint are way down. I mean, you're talking about less than half right now of his previous career low in yardage. Yards per game are like 28. Yards per attempt is extremely low. He's been banged up this season. There's no doubt about that. Not just the back. It's been all kinds of stuff that he's been dealing with. In fact, I thought they were sort of messing with us. Each week was a different injury on the injury report to give him a reason to not practice on Wednesday. So I don't know that makes them as dangerous if he can't do that kind of stuff. And it's why people are saying, well, you should start Tyler Huntley. That's crazy talk, right? Like Lamar Jackson, even banged up with the way that Derrick Henry was running the ball against the Packers 36 times. Think about how much more dangerous that makes that team. I mean, that's why they signed Derrick Henry, was how you're going to be able to deal with both of these threats. You focus too much on Henry, Lamar's gone. So I think that's been the biggest story of the season. If he can get healthy and fight through this stuff, that makes them certainly the more dangerous team. I don't know that you look at Pittsburgh and go, oh, they're going to win more than one playoff game. There's no way. There's just no chance.
I know you wanted to get to the Bears. Would you want me to?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to jinx it.
Do you want me to?
You asked the question.
Okay.
I can't say anything about them. Between me and the Pope, we've got to keep things down low.
Well, Mike, I guess just how high can they fly? We mentioned, like, if this all sticks out, right, they might be getting the Packers, I guess. Is that kind of one of the scenarios here, or the scenario? That could be a Super Bowl for a Chicago fan in playing the Packers, beating the Packers, house money. But realistically, I guess at this point, how high do you see them flying? Because Will Fraser here sitting next to me week after week.
Listen, I wouldn't, if they beat the Packers at Soldier Field in a playoff game, I don't want them to play another game after that.
That's it.
That is. That's enough. Go out on top. Like, there's no way you top that.
Yeah, I kind of want that to happen right now, because that would also mean Eagles-Rams, which has been a terrific matchup both last postseason, and the blocked field goal this year by Jordan Davis in the last play. So I'm looking forward to seeing a rematch of those teams in Philadelphia again. So, I mean, look, they are winning the games and playing well in the games that are in the bright lights, in the big spotlights. The Black Friday game, the game against the Packers on Saturday. They played well against the 49ers, right? I mean, you don't look at that and go, well, they were right there at the end. And and also the Packers game in Lambeau, that was they were a play away. So they're not getting exposed. They're not getting embarrassed. They're not getting run off any fields. They're as good a contender as anybody. I really do believe that. And they play, they can run the football extremely well, which you need to do this time of year. The quarterback's got to see a little bit more. He's got to make some better decisions at times, but he's been a lot better than what we had seen previously and what we saw early in the season from him. So I don't look at that Bears team and go, oh boy, they're going to make the postseason, but they're going to get, I think they're going to be there in these games. And I'll be shocked, no matter who they play, if they don't advance.
And what are your thoughts again on the Buffalo Bills? They've been around, and everybody's saying, oh, now that the Chiefs are out of the picture, like, you have your chance, albeit now they're coming in as a 7th seed. probably playing New England or something along those lines. And we saw what they can do on the road in New England. And I guess, as you mentioned, too, with the Patriots schedule, and I don't want to use that F word again, but it could be one of those things where a playoff-savvy team rolls in and knows how to do it when it matters. How far can the Bills make it in an AFC this year, which, does have some strong teams, albeit without a Kansas City to stop them?
Yeah, I mean, can make a case for all 7 teams in the AFC to make the Super Bowl. I really can. Buffalo's got that running game, and James Cook has been stellar. He was great in that game in New England, and I'm going to lean more towards, as I've said, particularly you go in, it's cold weather, it's this time of year, it's raucous road stadiums and crowds that you're playing up against, and the best way to silence them is to run the football. I mean, Green Bay, despite not being a Super Bowl a team since Matt LaFleur has been there, has done a good job of going into places like Dallas game a couple of years ago where they went in and ran the ball extremely well, like play physical. And I make this, my friend is, he likes to lay some action here and there, and I'll get first quarter texts from him. I'm like, dude, it's the first quarter. Stop. Relax. Okay? Chill out. Don't do anything crazy because, he likes to hedge. Just relax. Just chill out. Okay?
You're a good friend because I would go the exact opposite way. I'd be like, yeah, I think you better chase.
But when it comes to the postseason, the first quarter does mean something.
Yes.
And that Green Bay game in Dallas I'm talking about was one that off the top of my head where they went right down the field and I was like, Green Bay's going to win this game. Like I knew right away. Super Bowl 42, the Giants had a 9-minute drive to start the game against an explosive Patriots offense to keep them on the sideline. I went, that was they had to start the game that way. So I do weight the first quarter much stronger in the postseason than I do in the regular season. And if you can dictate things right away, and you can do it with a running game like the Bills can, that's what I'll be looking for them in the postseason.
And just lastly, out of our 12 or 11 full-time employees here at Edmonton Sports Talk, I do believe myself and one other, perhaps 2 others, are in tune with the college football playoff. Your thoughts on the quarterfinals that happened, Sugar Bowl, Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, and the semis to come up. Who do you got in the Natty?
Well, let's back it up. What did I think? I Oregon against, like, Texas Tech was the team that went out and tried to buy it, right? All these high-priced NIL deals and all that stuff like that. Oregon, to me, was the better football team coming in, and they showed it. And Dan Lanning's fantastic, and I don't know why he's not mentioned for more NFL coaching jobs, although I'm sure that's probably coming up here. And I also was rooting. I don't care. Like, I'm not a college football fan, but I was rooting for Ole Miss. I mean, I know Joe Judge a little bit from his time with the Giants. I thought he got a raw deal a little bit with the Giants. And I was rooting for those guys the way that Lane Kiffin walked out. So I loved watching that last night. I also love Mendoza. I think Mendoza is going to be an outstanding at it. But by the way, Arch Manning has gotten so much flack this year, and he's gotten better. He was awesome the other night. He was. Listen, if I got an NFL team and I need a quarterback, I'm doing everything I possibly can next year to lose every possible game that I possibly. He was awesome. I'm gonna say something crazy. He might be better than both of his uncles. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I'm gonna go Oregon. I'm gonna ride Oregon on that one, and then I'll go Miami. So I got Oregon, Miami in the final. And I'll go. I think Lanning takes it home this year. Oregon. I'm going with the Ducks.
For his dad's sake, I hope you're right. I hope he is better than both of his uncles.
Be nice, right?
Because he deserves it after the last 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's not Cooper, it's Cupper. That's what they call him, Cupper. That's the Southern accent. He's awesome. He's got tremendous perspective on life, having watched both of his brothers accomplish what he couldn't because of injury. That's a tough hand to be dealt, and now you're getting to live it sort of vicarious. But also letting your son be your son too.
Yes,
Cupper's awesome. I wish him and Arch all the best.
Outstanding stuff, Mike. Enjoy Week 18, regular season wrapping up. You've been a hell of a guest. We look forward to more spots here as 2026 begins. Enjoy, man. We'll talk next Friday.
You got it, guys. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Thanks, Mike.
Happy New Year, Mike. Mike Garafolo, our NFL insider analyst, an outstanding addition to the Nielson show here for this NFL season, and it continues here. Getting into the final week of the regular season and then the wild card and everything to come. I love it. He mentioned this is a year where you don't have the Chiefs sitting there. You don't have your consensus, it's just going to be a matter of time. This should be fun. This should be an outstanding derby.
Like Denver and Seattle are the quietest number 1 ranked teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like no talk about these teams.
Well,
all year long.
Sam Darnold and
No
Denver's
talk about
defense,
him.
and I mean that's not front page material or anything, but they've done what they had to do, especially the Seahawks, given that division there.
Yes.
I mean Denver. Okay, KC was off. Raiders aren't going to do anything. Chargers, the Chargers, whatever. So you could maybe make a case there. No offense, Bronco Nick, and all the Broncos fans listen, but the Seahawks doing what they did in that division, given their neighbors.
Yeah, and
that's something.
still no talk. Yeah.
That's still no talk. Exactly. Yeah. Patriots, again, the schedule, everybody talks about that. I do wonder what happens when you get into playoff time in some of these other teams, like the Rams, too, sitting quietly now, 6th seed. I mean, a lot of Super Bowl sweethearts there. 49ers, I know somebody called them, I think, fraudulent in the nasty chat. I would argue against that.
Oh, really?
That's a strong take.
Their defense is pretty fraudulent.
Okay.
That is a defense that is going to get beat up on.
But time and time again this year, injuries and injuries, overcoming so much to still finish where they have is outstanding.
I love the fact that the Buffalo Bills have listed Josh Allen as questionable for this week's game. Oh, you think? You're saying he might not get a snap against the Jets in a game that means nothing? Huh? That's questionable.
You know what time it is?
Yeah.
Trubisky time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, baby. In that red helmet. Come on now. And the Texans too with that defense.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, what could have been more from them, if they only had like 3 more weeks here to go,
True.
they'd probably be your number 1 seed.
Yeah, they
in the
ran
AFC.
out of season.
Yep.
You're right.
So that's very interesting wherever you look at it, AFC or NFC for the NFL playoff picture. It'll all get crystallized after this weekend. Of course, 2 big games, Panthers, Buccaneers, winning you're in there, and then of course Steelers, Ravens as well. So
the playoffs start a week early.
Yeah.
With this week's schedule.
Absolutely.
There are 2 playoff games.
Front and back, so it's nice to see. Let's get to a sports update here. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show. As always, though, and of course, Mike Garafolo, I'm mentioning it there as well with his buddy, telling his buddy to use his game sense as well when it matters. And hour 2 of the Nielsen Show was for Game Sense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your Game Sense. You can find the full Week 18 slate on our sponsors here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Play Alberta. Download the app or go to playalberta.ca, and you can get in on all the NFL action for this weekend. But once again, remember, use your Game Sense. What's the record in the 95.7 Cruise FM era, YouTube, Trev?
We're going for 75-0.
Are we still undefeated, eh?
Yeah,
But we're in the
75-0. Yeah,
70s.
it's
Yeah,
in the
okay,
70s.
75-0.
I couldn't remember.
I love
65
it.
or
New year,
75.
harder questions.
75,
Oh, well,
baby.
Will's got him here on the sheet. If you want to play trivia right now, text in I want to play and text that to 780-218-9999. Once again, 780-218-9999. Text that in. Once you text it in, be by your phone. And Trev will give one of you a call. You'll play, and we'll look to go to 76. We're at 75. We're looking to go to 76. Love it. You need 3 out of 5, and we'll be sending you to Mr. Mike's. $25 gift card to Mr. Mike's is on the way. On the way in hour number 3, trivia. 3 questions too many, if you have any, specifically for guest Will Fraser today. Always nice to get the guest perspective. You are a successful father, a husband. You write in the Stony Plain Tribune.
I'm not yet unsuccessful as a father. That's all I'm willing to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time to go there. Yeah. So if you have any questions for him, get him in. Once again, that number to text, 780-218-9999. Or the nasty chat. We see you. We hear you. Mendoza will look good in the silver. That Mendoza, though, from your Hoosiers, I think he's AI. When they interview him on the field, he looks right in the camera. It's hilarious.
He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
No, I love it. I totally love it. Hour 3 on the way. That's good for the Italian Center. That'll coming up at 8:30. No Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. They took the day off. I did not. So you get 1 day with me hosting. But we're almost done. 1 more hour to go here. We'll be going over the Oilers schedule. Might even crack a beer. I think with no Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. I told Trev.
We've got some homemade whiskey cream to finish off, too.
Well, to finish it, we haven't finished it yet.
We haven't finished it yet.
Well, I might have another slurp
Exactly.
of that cream.
Yeah.
That's good for the Italian Center.
That's good.
As mentioned, I'll be going over the January schedule for your Edmonton Oilers, which begins tomorrow afternoon at home to the Philadelphia Flyers. Pretty nice January on the way. They're sitting atop the division right now with a negative goal differential. When you look at the goal differential from the top 3 in the pack to the top 3 in the Central, it is a wild ride, baby. So we'll go over the January slate for the Oilers to come here prior to the Olympic break. course, Marmot Basin, Snoreport, and the wrap for William Huff all on the way. Nielsen Show presented by Weiss Johnson and EST presented by Play Alberta. So once again, text 780-218-9999. Trev's got a sports update here. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll take a quick break and a traffic update. Sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Has officially released their roster for the upcoming Olympics. Quinn Hughes, Tage Thompson, Clayton Keller, and Seth Jones are the 4 players joining the team who didn't make the Four Nations face-off, while Chris Kreider and Adam Fox are the 2 players left off the team after playing at the Four Nations. 8 games around the NHL last night. The Senators edge the Capitals 4-3. The Jets skid continues as they drop their 8th straight, falling 6-5 to the Maple Leafs. And the Canadians outgun the Hurricanes 7-5. Just 4 games on the NHL slate tonight. The Golden Knights visit the Blues. The Wild take on the Ducks. The Kraken face the Canucks. And the Rangers go head-to-head with the Panthers. As for the Oilers, they're back in action tomorrow afternoon, hosting the Flyers in a matinee at Rogers Place. Puck drop is set for 1:30. Over at the World Juniors, Canada remains unbeaten today. 5 games on the schedule, highlighted by Finland taking on the United States and Canada, squaring off with Slovakia at 6:30. Back in Edmonton, the Oil Kings are red hot, winning their 4th straight after a 5-1 victory over the Rebels. They're back on the ice Sunday when they welcome in Seattle. In the NBA, 5 games tipped off last night with 10 on the schedule tonight, including a matchup between the first place Thunder and the Warriors. The Raptors return in action tomorrow, hosting the Hawks with tip-off at 5:30. The Sports Update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show is live here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Lieutenant Eric Will Fraser and for Dustin Nielsen. YouTube Trev, you heard there on the Sports Update, Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show, brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. They just received a large quantity of nice used pallet racking. You mentioned EST, you get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. www.gdliquidators.com, Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, or check them out, 14510 124th Avenue. We're coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, where you can get that 3-piece $8 chicken meal right now. Spicy or non-spicy, your choice. You're calling the shots at Popeyes. Still looking. Got a few contestants right now for Text of the Day. 780-218-9999 is the number to text. Of course, Text of the Day wins you $20 to Royal Pizza. So still got some time for that. One more hour to come if you want to swipe it away from one of these handful of lucky people I've got finalized for Text of the Day today. We're going to get to 3 questions too many for the great Steph chef at Park Mazda. We'll get to That's Good for the Italian Center shop,
That's good.
which I frequented. I got some olives, a jar of olives from there. Those are good. We'll be going over the Oilers' schedule in its entirety for the month of January, so you don't want to miss that. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff still to come. We're looking to improve to 75, 76-ish, 75. We're looking to get up to 75-0 in the 95.7 Cruise FM era for kind of easy trivia right now. And if you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM this morning, Happy New Year. Tell your friends we are back on the radio, albeit this time on the FM dial, crystal clear. And, of course, crystal clear on the iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, edmontonsportstalk.com. Or if you want to watch along as well, head over to the YouTube channel, Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And give us a thumbs up. Like the show today. It goes a long way in pushing the content out. We've changed 100. Look at that. For a January 2 program.
Changing 100.
Again, I don't know why I didn't take today off, but this is the tail end. This is, I think you would be afforded, you can be a little gluttonous today, correct? You'll go in, the way the week's set up this year, you head into the weekend.
we
It's
talked
Monday,
about it.
That's when everything-
The new year doesn't actually begin until the first Monday of the new year.
Quite right. Yeah. So you got some time here to kind of kick up your heels and have a good time. Trivia this morning, once again, for Mr. Mike's, playing for $25 to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Trev, you did wrestle somebody down on the line here?
Yes, I did wrestle someone. That someone is Mike.
Who did you pin? Mike?
Yeah, did you make him
pinned
tap?
Him down. I made him tap.
Is his first name Mr.?
Oh, I see what you did there.
To some people, probably.
Maybe.
Mr. Mike's. He's playing for Mr. Mike's. New location open now in Bonnie Doon. You can check them out at mrmikes.ca for more details. Or you can order online, skip the
How's
dishes,
the
DoorDash.
serenity?
Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. Mike, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I can't complain. Thanks for asking. You're playing once again for that $25 to Mr. Mike's. Have you played Kind of Easy Trivia before?
No, first time.
Ooh, love it.
Kicking
New
off-
year,
New year.
new challenges. Love it, Mike.
New Year newbie. So we're looking to improve to 76-0 of the 95.7 Cruise FM era. No pressure. You need 3 out of 5. We will start the ticker after I read the first question, all provided by Will Fraser. Are you ready to go, sir?
Yes.
All right. Question number 1. Name a bowl winner from yesterday.
Pass.
Who do the Oilers play tomorrow?
Pass.
Name a Canadian Olympic forward.
David.
Name a Canadian Olympic defenseman.
New year. Wow, you've been sitting here wondering why you came in today.
It's on me. No, just hang up on him. You don't need to. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
is he gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgave
look.
him. I forgave him for the bowl game pass. I can understand.
It's all we were talking about for the past.
It's the only thing that's been going on, and there was 3 names to choose from. But I'll forgive him for that.
Okay. I guess I should have gone to the Oilers' January schedule sooner.
Who the Oilers playing tomorrow?
Did
is
mention
kinda,
minutes ago, though, who they played tomorrow.
right. It was
minutes
just
ago.
like all of this was
I
just
just
in a
mentioned
sport.
it.
It was also most of it was in a sports update, right?
Yeah.
The fact that he double clutched on just McDavid
Did-
for Team Canada, I knew we were in trouble there.
oh no, that when you're
It was
0-2 in the count,
It was
you need to
actually
do-
the answer that made me go, "We're in big trouble."
Now, the 3 that he would have needed was a Canadian Olympic forward,
Yeah.
a Canadian Olympic defenseman, and a Canadian Olympic goaltender.
Yeah.
You brought him home.
It should have been. I could see where he might have fumbled on the goalie. I honestly put these questions together, going, "It's the goalie one. It's number 5. That's. I could see where you could fumble that, but you should rage scream Drew Doughty because he shouldn't be on the team. You should easily scream McDavid. It's Philadelphia and just say Indiana. Everyone is.
I don't want to go in the Paris Jewelers inbox right now, but I will. Ryan Liedall suggests in all caps lock he blew that on purpose.
You might have. It felt like it.
How could you?
Felt like it. Felt intentional. But all things come to an end at some point.
Yeah, but
I can't believe I got to be here for it.
you wrote them.
I did write them.
I read them, but you wrote them.
No, I did write them.
They
Actually,
were,
there's,
but coming
there's a
off
part of me
yesterday-
that is kind of happy that it happened on my watch.
I'm sorry though. Like there's not the only thing that happened. I mean, there was an NHL slate. We're not going to ask who won between the Mammoth and the.
Yeah. You know
Bowl
the
games.
ship's captain they never talk about? The guy that didn't hit the iceberg.
Sign guy Trev says eliminated from the record. This day didn't happen. I shouldn't even be here. Maybe this is all a.
It happened. It happened.
Is Mike related to Jane? Barry the Cheater asks.
It happened.
You remember old Jane? Hey, from the bike. Yeah.
It happened. This happened. That's a tough start to 2026.
A lot of people like to see the world burn. RCN specifically says yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a.
We didn't even mix it up really.
Yeah.
It's
Actually, I have a good friend that wanted to hear this happen, so I hope he was listening today. Scott, that one was for you, buddy.
We can only blame Mike.
That sucked.
Well, yeah, it did suck.
That
He
sucked
sucked.
a big one.
Mike sucked.
You know what? I will say it. He sucked.
Mike should be blocked from the show. Write down the number.
I'm very.
I know a couple of people want his number. But
Like, that wasn't even kind of easy. That was pretty darn easy trivia.
it was the only trivia.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
You didn't.
So
You didn't
upset.
weave and you know.
Yeah.
This is not how I wanted.
Even if you would have added a personality question like "How are you doing today, Mike?" you would have been like a pass.
Like, I honestly was kind of like, name a gold medal favorite in the upcoming Olympics for Canada.
Whatever. Chris Sadoway says that's 2 years in a row the first kind of EVC trivia was a loser. I would know. LOL. So Chris, big of you, Chris,
Wow,
to
Chris,
return. And
you're a gentleman, Chris.
that's not bad.
Everyone else is upset about Mike, but Chris has empathy.
Well, because now he's not alone. He doesn't
exactly.
wear that alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Now everybody forgets the name Chris.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Big
not-
moment there.
So Mike is the.
That is not how I wanted my year to start. Not at all. Hey, Mike, this one's for you.
Boo! You suck. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
No, I think it's well called.
No, if people knew Trev as well as we do, we'd know that it doesn't get worse than that.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
That's as mean as he gets.
Yeah, that's true. I said sorry after, and I felt bad.
Man, you are going to lie down in that tub today, and you're never getting up, are you?
No, man, that's
Yeah,
depressing.
a little crying.
Now it's
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah.
Now when I sit down and have a shower, this one's going to be sad.
Kim says, I always want to play kind of easy trivia. I was worried I would break the streak, but that was a pretty easy one. Take your shots at Mike right now. It's pretty easy. Rusty Shackelford says, Trent Frederick has more heart than Mike.
Yeah.
We can really... This could be... Mike could catapult you to text of the day right now to Royal Pizza. This is how it goes.
This is...
Mike's
this is,
taking one for you.
We are making some lemonade out of this lemon.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, people?
Vaughn says, I think Trev needs to start vetting the contestants. It wasn't a teef.
No, it wasn't.
Can't blame this on a teef.
No.
You've been vetting them good up and you vetted 75 in a row.
He'd never done it before. That ticker's intimidating.
It really is when the lights are on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even a teef didn't snap the streak. Like, come on.
He's got to be happy for that. He gets a win today.
Just ask Austin Matthews. When the chips are down, it can be a little intimidating.
You can't win text of the day, but if you were to text that in, that would be good. Well, let's get to 3 questions too many. Right? Let's move forward. Look, this is a Monday problem now. It's Friday. We're going to go into the weekend. We'll get a clean slate come Monday. It'll be the start of the new year.
He'll be gobsmacked.
He'll be pissed. He won't letting this happen not on his watch. This proves that he can't take any more time off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It all falls apart without him.
Save those questions for him, though, because he needs to know that these were not hard questions.
I'll pick up the... Yeah. 3 questions, 2 minutes right now, though, for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he played along on his own and went 6 out of 5. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. Let's get to our social media accounts. Will, you are here. Where can people follow you on social media?
May I, once again, just suggest, if you're looking for a New Year's resolution, it would be to get off of all social medias.
Even, so you're suggesting... do you talk to people on that weight loss? Like, is that an interactive thing where you can kind of discuss?
You know what? I think there is that feature to it. No, never done that.
No, okay.
No.
But you like YouTube, hey? You have an account, I'm sure, on there. Can people follow your account on YouTube?
No, you can't. And also, yes, you should watch stuff. But yeah, no.
You're not saying get off the internet, just get off.
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
The network.
Social medias are toxic places.
So you don't want to share any of your... Okay.
You know what?
Because you have an Instagram account. You have a Twitter.
Yeah. Nope.
Blue Sky, you're still on there?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Trev, where can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can make my day better because I'm very upset now. Very upset.
If there's one thing social media does, is it makes people happy.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
So give me a
A
follow.
little doom scrolling today.
Yeah. Check out my Twitter.
If there's one thing the depressed know, it's you know what I should do is get back on social media. That'll
Yes.
perk me up.
Yeah, that is true. That was so good. But YouTube_Trev on Twitter and Instagram.
Shotsky Jerry suggests that Mr. Mike's will be changing their franchise name due to embarrassment from Mike.
It's true.
I could see that. Yeah.
Mike chimes in the Paris Jewelers inbox.
Really?
He says, LOL, I froze.
You think, Mike?
That was his
You
first ever text. I'm going to put in here as Mike. Kind
I
of easy.
froze.
Failure, Mike.
Yo, you didn't need to text that one in, Mike. We know.
Oh, poor guy.
We were all here, man.
You poor bastard. But we have social medias as well. Edmonton Sports Talk, as mentioned, YouTube. You can follow us, subscribe to the channel, like the show today as well.
But try again next time, Mike. Come on, you got this. We believe in you.
You know what? Text back in Monday. See
Yeah.
if you can redeem yourself.
Yeah, we believe in you, pal.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting kind
But
of
maybe study up.
arc. It'd be like a 30
And
for
when
30.
when I say study up, I mean just listen to the show.
I literally mentioned the Oilers got the Flyers tomorrow afternoon. We were talking college football. It's all in the sports update. And then the Olympic thing. I mean, that's all we care about in this nation is the Olympic roster.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
okay, question number 1. I got 2 fun ones and a serious one.
Oh.
We'll start with the business, then we'll have a little fun.
Oh, my.
First one, and I know you guys have probably discussed this since it was announced. I haven't been here. Who would you drop from Canada's Olympic roster and who would you add? One player.
Oh, Drew Doughty.
Okay. And
Easily. And who would I add?
then maybe not so much in replace of him, but you could,
it would be in replacement.
Okay,
of him.
yeah, you could.
It would be Bouchard.
Okay.
I think that's
Doughty for Bouchard, straight
it's so easy. You could play them the same amount of time too, because it's not like Drew Doughty should be getting a lot of minutes out there.
up. Trevor, where are you going with this one?
So I can take out, you said, just one and insert one.
It doesn't need to be so much that you can take out a defense out of forward. Like just, this is more of a fantasy type of scenario.
Damn,
This isn't
it's
to
tough,
win an
'cause
argument.
There is one
This isn't to win an argument. This is you get to decide.
Yeah, well, if you're going that route, I'll go a different one. I'll say take off Sorelli
Okay.
without a doubt. Throw in Hyman.
Throwing Hyman. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, Hyman and
frustrating.
Scheifele are completely interchangeable as far as ads.
Yeah.
Like I'm equally disappointed that either of those guys weren't named to the roster.
I'm a little bit more for the Hyman one, just because as soon as they announce
you,
the roster,
you
they're
love
like,
him more. But to me, it's
Yeah,
equally indefensible that they're not on.
fair enough. I love as soon as they announce the roster, it's like the big question is who plays with McDavid.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
You're right. You sure did not answer that question by making this roster.
so that's
You're
kind
right.
of annoying.
You're right. The roster you put together does not have the answer to that.
Yes.
X-Ray J says Mark Stone and Sam Bennett.
I have time for that.
I'd have time for that.
I get why Sam Bennett has love. Like I get why people look at Sam Bennett and like him. I'm not as big of a believer as others are in him, but I'm not gonna have that argument with anybody.
Bin in the Berg says Sorelli out, Bennett in. Your thoughts, 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat as well. We can discuss this moving forward through hour number 3. We do have some spare time. No Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week this week. That's good for the Italian Center coming up.
That's good.
Question 2. How many days into January, this comes in from Sean, how many days into January when you stop saying Happy New Year?
Into January?
That's
crazy.
I worked with a guy at Safeway. His name was Kyle Semenchuk, and he was a little slow.
Yeah.
He would wish people Happy New Year, customers, into like June.
That's a little long.
I like
It was
Kyle.
great though. It was a hell, and he didn't know. He was an innocent guy.
I'll say
Kyle's my
I'll
friend.
say the cutoff mark is March. Really.
Okay.
Really?
Because until then,
Even in a leap year.
until then, you're just saying it to remind yourself of it.
Okay.
Crazy.
Like, because it honestly, like,
If you haven't seen somebody
once
that
again,
year,
I'm dating myself here, big time. But once upon a time, there was a thing called checks. that you would have to write yourself.
Paycheck.
Any sort of check, rent check, whatever.
Checkbook.
And it took you a solid 2 months to stop having to scratch out the previous year and then write in the new year. Every time you wrote a check.
How many of you have to even write out the year in anything? I have my little thing here. Look at this. Friday, January 2, 2025. I did it.
You did it
morning.
exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's good job. So wish me Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's why.
That's funny.
That's why you're allowed to keep saying it, because you kind of have to. You have to really burn it into your own brain.
It's a good point. From an administrative data entry type of thing, that probably
I'm
takes
looking
a
at
little
the
time.
show title today, 010225. I thought I put a 6.
This is what I'm talking
It'll
about.
take a while. So yeah.
Man, I was like, funny, I'll tell you, I didn't do that. I made sure that I put a 26 and then I just looked over.
Yeah.
There's still
See, so you need more than a month.
Damn it.
But you're going into March. I like it.
Wow,
Why not?
I'm saying at March is when you can start being like, come on, man, you should know what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. Brandon from Windsor. Royal Pizza. Mike sucks. Doesn't really rhyme, but for the purposes of today, that could go into the mix. I don't mind that at all. When do you stop wishing people a Happy New Year? 780-218-9999. Oh, Devereaux on the nasty chat. Mike, what year is it?
That would have been hard.
That would have been, if he can't get rid of
If
the
he
Oilers
would have
play tomorrow.
screwed up on that question, I think we'd all be cutting him some slack.
I
Actually.
think so. I have no room to talk. He gets that one right, Question number 3. January 2, 2026. It is National Science Fiction Day.
Okay.
What is your favorite flavor of science fiction, whether it be film, book?
I thought we were
maybe
going to do
LARPing?
like hard science fiction or.
Oh no, you take this wherever you want to go. What do you, hard, soft, medium, whatever.
Like hard science fiction has always been my favorite. And so when I say hard science fiction, so like there are certain people out there who are Star Wars fans who think that they are science fiction fans. That's not science fiction. That's science fantasy.
Where are you taking us?
That is science fantasy, right? So like hard science fiction would be like if anyone has watched the show The Expanse, like that's hard sci-fi.
Hard sci-fi.
Where like it's not just that it's like future and science fiction, so fictional science, but it has a logic to it. There are reasons why things happen, all that sort of thing. It's not just space wizards.
I'm currently rereading the Chronicles of Narnia.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you on? The Dawn Treader?
No, not even that. I'm just
Silverchair?
I'm just about done. The Magician's Nephew.
Magicians. Well, that's technically the first.
It's the first, but some people are saying I should read it
second.
first. Right.
It was written second.
So I'm reading it first.
Yes. So as far as the chronology of the
I'm
Narnia,
okay, right?
You're bang on.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read them since I was,
You are reading
early double digits.
The creation of Narnia.
This is great. I'm having a great time. There's little illustrations in the
It's
book.
wonderful,
great.
man.
Well, it's. Would you consider that then soft science fiction?
No,
then
that's fantasy. That's fantasy. It's not. There's no science.
Well, there's a little bit. They put on the rings, and then they.
No, that's not science.
There's a lot of old style English talk. That's
not science. I mean, in today's world, there's a lot of people who do think that's science.
Yes, now we're bringing it back. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Nope, magic is not science.
Well, depends who you talk to. Trev, where are you going for science fiction? What's your flavor? Where do you kind of movie, book, whatever? Real life, maybe.
Why read when you can watch?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely watch. That's not.
Were you a science fiction fan? Were you like?
It's not my favorite.
I always get a chuckle out of hockey fan insulting science fiction nerd.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, it's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Like
it's science.
You tune in to watch hockey drafts, man. Like you think that's
nerdy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same as any sort of science fiction convention.
No, it's not. Have you heard about our new podcast, The Third Line? We'll be crunching numbers. We'll be putting them under the microscope.
Exactly.
But you're Trekkie? Star Warsy?
Star Wars, but
more so, yeah.
But like we're talking like Interstellar's more sci-fi.
Well, like
right?
so, for example, the latest iteration of Marvel movies that would all be sort of a soft science fiction.
You like that?
Well, that's right up my alley. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So maybe that's your flavor.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Your kink.
Oh, dude, that is.
Yeah.
That is my kink.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Interstellar. I'm going to rewatch that again too.
That's
I noticed
hard
it was on
sci-fi.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
But I kind of forget how it happened. But I'm going to
Me too.
rewatch that one.
That was 2014.
So good.
You know what I did watch New Year's Eve with my wife was that Frankenstein movie with Benicio del Toro or whatever.
That's a hot Frankenstein, man.
Good looking.
She was.
I'd go for a coffee with that Frankenstein's monster.
He was a nice man. He had a heart to him.
Sure, that's the
That's
tragedy. That is the tragedy of it.
Yeah.
That is the tragedy of it. Yep.
I found it was a good movie. A lot of people said it was slow, or maybe a little too long, but I kind of enjoyed it.
I think most people who don't know Benicio del Toro movies will be like, it's pretty slow. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what he does.
That's the point. Yeah, it's not a TikTok.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that science fiction? That would be the monsters.
Yeah,
and stuff?
you know what?
That whole.
You know what? Frankenstein,
realm?
like the book Frankenstein, might be one of the original science fiction novels.
Martin asks in the Paris Jewelers inbox, is Fritz the Cat softcore science fiction?
It's softcore something.
I introduced Trev to Fritz the Cat, what was it, a year ago or something?
Yeah, right around a year ago.
Yeah.
You pervert.
It's a hell of a cartoon. What do you mean? It's a great storyline. You get.
I learned a lot.
It's a cat about town. And
Learned
it's
a lot about
Yes.
itself, too.
It's like heavy metal is science fiction.
Yes. Two great shows there. Yeah, I love it. Let's get to a sports update here. We'll be back with That's Good for the Italian Center.
That's good.
We'll be going over the Oilers' January slate, to which I really like. I know there's a lot of hand-wringing. Look, they found themselves with 2 lengthy long road trips, some tough draws at home as well, sitting atop the Pacific
their heads
Division.
above water, man.
And that's what you got to like right now. So now, going into January prior to the Olympic break, I'm really liking what I'm looking at coming January. We'll get our thoughts on that moving forward here. They got an 8-game, I do believe, to my count, homestand coming up as well at the end of the month. So
Although
a lot
this
of things
team does seem to do better when we doubt them. So maybe
that's the problem.
Maybe this is a real trap.
Well, hey, it's a trap month,
Yeah,
yes, for the
exactly.
Edmonton Oilers. But more on that and your thoughts as well on the January slate coming up. 780-218-9999. You can text in. Trev's got a sports update. We'll be back with that. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. No Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, although we might indulge, I guess. Maybe. Trev, right? You got the cream.
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, I love it. This is the Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnson on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta.
USA has officially released their roster for the upcoming Olympics. Quinn Hughes, Tage Thompson, Clayton Keller, Seth Jones are the 4 players joining the team who didn't play at the Four Nations face-off, while Chris Kreider and Adam Fox are the 2 players left off the team after playing at the Four Nations. 8 games around the NHL last night. The Senators edged the Capitals 4-3. The Jets skid continues as they drop their 8th straight, falling 6-5 to the Maple Leafs, and the Canadiens outgun the Hurricanes 7-5. Just 4 games on the NHL slate tonight. The Golden Knights visit the Blues. The Wild take on the Ducks. The Kraken face the Canucks, and the Rangers go head-to-head with the Panthers. As for the Oilers, they're back in action tomorrow afternoon, hosting the Flyers in a matinee at Rogers Place. Puck drop is set for 1:30. Over at the World Juniors, Canada remains unbeaten. 5 games on the schedule tonight, highlighted by Finland taking on the United States, and Canada squaring off with Slovakia at 6:30. Back in Edmonton, the Oil Kings are red hot, winning their 4th straight after a 5-1 victory over the Rebels. They're back on the ice Sunday when they welcome in Seattle. In the NBA, 5 games tipped off last night with 10 on the schedule tonight, including a matchup between the first-place Thunder and the Warriors. The Raptors return to action tomorrow, hosting the Hawks with tip-off at 5:30. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
9:36, more Controvoid leading in on a Dance Party Friday here on the Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnston. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. You can check us out. You are listening on either the iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. YouTube is fired up and going. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Do it if you haven't already. And like today's show, we're approaching 200 likes. Good to see you on a January 2. Once again, don't know what. It's nice to kind of guys come in for a show and shake the rust off, I guess. Lieutenant Eric Will Fraser in for Dustin Nielson, who will return Monday. Everything will be back to normal come Monday, the Monday after the new year, where we kind of get into the January. And the Oilers will get into January tomorrow afternoon as they host the Flyers in a matinee down at Ice District. Hour 3 of the Nielson Show should mention as well, it is presented by GD Liquidators. Auctions and appraisals, gdliquidators.com. Canadian-owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, 145-10, 124th Ave. You mention EST, you get 5% off anything new or used. They have also just received a large quantity of nice and used pallet racking. So if you need some of that, check out gdliquidators.com for more. Coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Hangouts coming up after this, 9 to 11. Matt Iwanek, Tom Gazzola, I would assume, and Jason Milne, usually a Friday guest on that program. Perhaps just the three of them, maybe a fourth. I'll be back on. You get more of me today, 11 to noon with the Lock Shop. It'll be a very special in-house Lock Shop. Myself and Matthew Iwanek taking you through, probably setting up Week 18 in the NFL. Also talking a little college football, going over bowl season, specifically the college football playoff, which really came alive yesterday, and setting up the semifinals for next Thursday and Friday. Right now, that's good for the Italian Center.
That's good.
If you're looking, as we said, you can afford to be a little gluttonous throughout today and the weekend, because the new year doesn't really start till Monday. That's when everybody kind of goes back to work and everything like that. But go to the Italian Center for this. Get some sandwiches, get some hot and spices, get some pizzas for the weekend. Snowing. I think it's going to get a little colder as well, so if you want to just hibernate and stay at home, stock up today at the Italian Center, West End, or downtown, one of the locations. They got the heat and serve pasta meals as well. Do like I did, just buy some cold, get a nice jar of olives, that type of thing. Find some nice passes for yourself to make. Hit up the deli, hit up the bakery, get some exotic sodas, if you will. Great produce. Got it all there outside the pizzas and the sandwiches. So the Italian Center, that's good.
That's good.
Now, Will, you had an idea, and we really, I thank you for providing this today. But I just wanted to get to, we'll do mine first. We'll get to yours, because give us some time to think again, because you sprung it on
Well,
me,
we can
and
go one at a time.
I'm blank.
We can go one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You caught me, because this can go either way. It doesn't need to be in the sports realm.
Does not need to be in the sports realm.
Okay.
Two of mine are one's, yeah.
I'm going to go over, though, for that's good, specifically for the segment.
That's good.
The Oilers' January schedule. Now, I know New Year's Eve happened. Oilers' record on New Year's Eve isn't that sparkly to begin with.
No,
I don't really care.
That looked like a team that had a New Year's Eve party the night before.
And maybe they did. And who cares, right, at this point? 6-2 Bruins. I'm not even, I don't even get what tomorrow at home to the Flyers. So a good opportunity here to get things right. I know we can always guffaw about matinees with this club. The Flyers, playing decent hockey, 500 over their last 10. But you still favor the Oilers' chances tomorrow, kicking off the new year at home tomorrow afternoon. Gotta like what you're seeing there to kick things off. They then host the Predators Tuesday. The Nashville Predators will, a team that
used to be a real concern for
Yes.
this. So, like, if you've got PTSD from early 2010s,
they're not your daddy's Predators anymore.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd be looking at it, but you need to know that current Predators fans now feel that way about the Oilers. The Oilers have owned the Preds.
And Leon Draisaitl specifically.
Leon Draisaitl
owns.
What do you put the over-under at? 3.5 points?
Yeah, I'd go to Play Alberta right now and hit that puppy hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you saw the over-under at 3.5 Leon Draisaitl points against Nashville Predators, do you take over or under? That's a hard call.
They host the Predators Tuesday. They are back in action Thursday, January 8th in Winnipeg, taking on a Jets team, which they beat December 29th, 3-1. Hell of a game by Kelvin Pickard. The Jets right now, and I know, hey, look, each game, we can go over these and say, oh, yeah, we can argue each game the Oilers should win, and each game we could find ways they could lose.
That game's in Winnipeg as well?
In Winnipeg, correct.
So they have back-to-back Winnipeg game. Like, they don't... that's interesting.
Yeah. So the EST, WST Bowl, if you will, in that sense. But visiting the Jets next Thursday. We get into Saturday, Oilers will host the Kings, a struggling Kings team. It's funny, the Jets and the Kings both blowing things last night in whatever
Big time.
ways. Kings, a lot of problems there. I follow a lot of people, don't ask me why, that report on the Kings. It is just a dejected atmosphere right now with LA. So they host the Kings Saturday night.
The retirement tour for Anze Kopitar isn't going well. Who would have thought? Who would have thought when you make an entire season about a guy not playing hockey anymore that it wouldn't exactly inspire good hockey?
We get into mid-January, kind of. They will visit Chicago. They head on the road for 2. They'll visit Chicago Monday, January 12th. Blackhawks playing better than traditionally have over the past little while. We'll see. Then they're in Nashville again. So 2 Predators games here during the first 2 weeks of January. Music City, great place to watch a hockey game. If you haven't, I highly suggest you check it out. Oilers then return home for
Or
one.
don't. Like, say you're going to go watch the hockey game and just party in Music City.
My wife and I went down. We met 2 guys that had tickets. They offered them to us. We said no. We already went to a game the couple nights before, but we said no, I don't care. It was a random game. Oilers then host the Islanders. They're back home for a Thursday night affair against the Islanders, Patty Waz Islanders. Then the Oilers visit Vancouver, January 17th. Canucks, whatever.
Who knows what team they're going to take on?
Yeah, so a lot of this opposition that I've been railing off, yes, you don't expect them to go perfect. And it is the Oilers. And as you mentioned, sometimes...
It's a trap.
It's a trap. This could all be a giant trap.
Speaking of sci-fi, that's a trap.
They're back home to host the Blues. This is the kickoff, the 8 in a row kickoff. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 8. They'll host the Blues in game 1 of an 8-game homestand to conclude January. Starts on the 18th. They're at home to the Blues. They're at home to the Devils. They're at home to the Penguins. Home to the Caps.
Yep.
These 2 are interesting.
So we're at 500 right now. Yeah.
Okay, these 2 are interesting because traditionally you've looked at these 2 as easy punch-outs, perhaps.
Yeah.
Oilers will then host the Ducks.
Yeah.
And then host the Sharks.
Yeah, glass change against young teams usually favors you.
Yep, and that's a good point. And then they'll host the Wild to cap January, and then a February 3rd game at home to the Leafs. They will finish the calendar prior to the Olympic break in Calgary, February 4th. So that is kind of your January plus a couple in February.
I don't think it's crazy to say they'll go at minimum 5-3 in that 8-game homestand.
Yeah, the homestand specifically, sure. I think the month, though, looking at those games prior to that, the early part of January, you got to like what you see. Now, they need to show up. They need to power play merchants, lack of depth scoring, goaltending will still... Jari, mid-January now?
Tis the season for the Edmonton Oilers, though.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is also when the Oilers seem to... Their game rounds into form. Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Everyone else's roster is really starting to hit a wall, and that's where that talent separation really starts to take place.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And again, I mentioned this earlier. I'm going to go over the Central right now. It's Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota in that order. The goal differentials in that order, plus 71, plus 30, plus 21. Looking at the Pacific, and I know the Oilers have played a couple more games, 3 more games specifically than Vegas, 1 more than Anaheim. But it's Oilers, Knights, Ducks. Goal differential in that order, -1, 0, -4. You got to like the pre-Christmas scheduling of the Oilers and how we set, and it's not excuses, it's a reason. It was rough. But you've gone through that now. You're sitting at the top of the division. You're perhaps in a division now where, yes, the Ducks and the Sharks are coming on. They're perhaps not there yet. The Kings have taken a couple of steps back. The Golden Knights will probably still be in and around there. They've
too talented not to be.
Exactly.
Too talented not to be.
But to be tops of the Pacific right now, heading into the month of January with a -1 goal differential, and they're lights out at home, kind of 500 away, a little below 500 away. But you got to like where they are, and you got to like the work that did take place, albeit 2015 and 6. And yes, warts on the team, but given what they've gotten through and given what's ahead, I think you got to be rubbing your hands with a little bit of glee, as opposed to the frustration.
Well, or at the very least, just like satisfaction, right? Like, you're not thrilled. You're not cashing any Christmas bonuses because of this team. But you are sitting there going, well, they've put themselves in a position to have a very successful second half of their season. And that's actually the first time we've been there. Been in this situation.
To enter this
stage
of the
like usually they have had a good December and they've like pulled themselves out of where they've been buried.
Yes.
But they haven't been in a place where we're like, ooh, like if they stay 4 games above 500, they should be okay. That's where they are. Like, they don't need to go 12-2.
And the beneficiary of being in the division as it stands thus far. Now we'll see. I mean, as Chris Johnston pointed out earlier today, I mean, teams, this is a funny little year.
It's total parity year.
Yeah.
It's an absolute parity. And listen, it's an Olympic year, so that the condensing of the schedule, I think, has favored some young teams. I think we're seeing that in the standings, that youth is being served because they've got more gas in the gas tank. But I mean, I don't know if I would use anything that happens this year as a predictor for next year. Yeah. Other than that, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are going to be great.
Abutski in the nasty chat, Oilers are way better during matinee games than they used to be. That's true. I think that's kind of an old narrative that some of us find hard to shake. McDiesel 780 says Oilers are just better the farther the season goes on as well, matinee or otherwise. So yeah, and I know we don't spend a lot of time with them, but I just want to mention the Calgary Flames are a point out of a wild card spot. To echo on the parity and all that notion, 7-3 in their last 10. They're 12-5-2 at home, 6-13-2 away. They've
improved, which is such a waste of everyone's time.
I know.
Like I do feel bad for Calgary Flames fans, and I have for quite a while now, because it must be so frustrating watching Edmonton and the hockey that we do not appreciate on a regular basis, and then what they have seen in the post Jarome Iginla era. Right? Like once upon a time, even when they weren't great, they had a real superstar in their lineup and they had a Hall of Famer goaltender. Like that is just not good. Like, and there's like, the kid's name in Calgary who's playing junior, the defenseman.
Zane Perek.
No, not Zane Perek. He's a defense. I want to say it's a French last name. Or am I wrong here?
No,
is it Zane Perek?
Yeah, they just sent him to the World Juniors right now.
Zane Perek.
Like,
and he's unreal. He's
this
awesome.
team should be doing everything they can to get him.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Oh, sorry. You said that Landon Dupont.
Dupont.
Okay,
Landon Dupont is the kid that they should be
absolutely
getting every draft pick they can in next year's draft.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
I
love it.
You're feeling good with January schedule though as a whole.
It's great.
I think. Yeah, I think you got to be, and especially where they've found themselves in this wackiness of the early part of the season.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. As we've seen, they suck at the start of the season, the first few months, but if history repeats itself, which I like to think that it will for the Oilers in this case, they really turn it on in December, well, mainly just January, but in previous years, December as well, but December, January, February, that's stretch.
We've seen some good Februarys too,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So it's awesome. They're playing their best hockey right now, and they're going to be playing that against a lot of Western Division teams, Pacific Division teams, which is that's what you want, right? So make some ground and
who says it every year during the autumn season?
I can't believe it. Every year I come in here.
I doubted you,
come in here every November,
I did.
and people are setting their hair on fire every year, and
back.
I'm just like, what are we doing?
They're back, Will. To Will, they never left.
And I still read criticisms of their development, and I'm just like, what?
You're right, Will.
The assignment.
That's all he wants to hear.
The assignment over the next 5 years.
1, 2, 3. You're right, Will.
You're right, Will.
The assignment is to win Stanley Cups. That's it.
I'd take a cup. Please.
Yeah, but and we've talked about this before. Would you take a cup or a McDavid career if you can only have one?
I know that.
I'll take the McDavid career every night. Because every night
Can I have both?
Every night he does something I've never seen somebody do before.
Me too. Including scoring and not celebrating. Yeah, exactly. And really not caring. There's a difference between caring and doing the no-so and having a smile. And
he treats hockey the way I treat grocery shopping when I'm on a diet. Just a serial killer out there.
Say it in the voice.
Yeah.
Another goal for me. Wow.
What is that, a size 16? Yeah.
Okay, let's get to your idea here real quickly here. We got the wrap coming up in a Marmot Basin Snow Report, but you had, it is New Year's, so let's go around the horn here. And what is it?
2026 predictions.
Ooh, and you said 26, not
each.
25.
Yeah.
3 each. Who wants to, we'll go 1 each around the horn, and we have 3, but we'll...
These are kind of hot takey-ish, but we're not competing for a mitt here.
Yeah.
I mean, this first one might be a little hot takey for some people.
Okay.
Montreal Canadiens will win the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
You're getting hot.
damn.
Did he take your prediction?
No, that's awesome. I like that.
Listen, I look at that Habs squad, and I can't stand them in the regular season, and like just the homerism of that crowd and everything about it. But they are everything the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
Like they overachieve every time they're in there. And I think we're all sitting here navel gazing on the Oilers, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But the team that's going to win the first Canadian Stanley Cup is the same one that won the last one.
Okay, I like it. That's a lot hotter than mine, so I'm going to make mine hotter right now. Oilers lose in the second round of this year's playoffs.
Ooh, that's a tepid take.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Nothing too crazy. Maybe I'll say first round.
I was gonna go there too. Yeah, I was gonna
I
go
like
there
that.
too. Yeah.
The LA Kings finally defeat the Oilers in the first round of the
Man, when
playoffs.
this LA Kings,
This LA
of
Kings
all
squad.
the iterations of the LA Kings,
Corey
it's
Perry
this
scoring the
Kings.
overtime winner.
Yeah. Oh boy. Mine Elks will win a playoff game.
Oh,
That might be a hot take.
great.
Or not.
I think a good hot take is that makes you question whether or not it is.
I think Elks fans will just take a playoff game.
I think you'll take a playoff game. I certainly, I said this year, if they would have found their way in, much like the Texans, if you had a couple more games and they could have found their way in, if they didn't have, that's the one team you wouldn't want to face because they were fighting and fighting and fighting. I do think that they're trending in a good direction. And I know it sucks to hear because this market has been, but this is a different people are steering this ship now. And that's what you got to understand with the Elks. Organization top down, including coaching. And I think Killam's got a good, it's a player's coach, much like the Mace model. I think the Elks not only make the playoffs this year, they win a playoff game. Don't know whether that's first, second, third on the road, whatever it is. Elks win a playoff game 2026.
This year's World Cup final will be delayed as Donald Trump has an ice raid.
Tepid.
Half the stadium will be escorted out.
Yeah. It takes a long time. Yeah. It's done during a hydration break.
Exactly.
The hydration breaks are used for
Get out of here. Everyone get out.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think can I say mine?
Okay.
Canada's men's hockey team will get silver.
Ooh. To who?
Americans.
Oh my gosh. With that dog's breakfast of a roster the USA announced today?
It's like a dog's lunch, maybe.
Seattle Mariners will not make the postseason.
Oh, that's sad.
Not really a hot take.
I'm sorry, LT.
Well, they went the distance, man.
Yeah, exactly.
They are an American League.
They're good for the
They're
next
an
5
American
years.
League hot stronghold franchise that nobody's going to shake down.
Yeah.
They will not make the postseason. They won't even be a wild card team.
No, every 5 years they show up.
But we're not in that cycle yet.
Oh, I see.
Like there's still,
No, that's what I mean.
You could argue
like they had their year last year.
No, but
now
that could still extend to.
All right.
You could. There's a coming off period. I'm saying they drop down extremely fast.
I want to hold my last one for the last because I may be wish casting here and I don't want it interrupted. So Trev, go with your third.
Okay, I think Jets finish last. Get the first overall pick. Draft Gavin McKenna.
That'd be awesome.
I would love that so much.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
It'd be great for the league.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be awful for the league, which is kind of why I'd like it.
Well, we all want to see it burn. Yeah, that's the whole point. Arne Slot will finish the season as manager.
Okay.
Of Liverpool FC.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. And
the 0-0 draw, Liverpool FC.
That might be the hottest take of the bunch.
Here we go. 2026. Fingers crossed. Both fingers crossed. YouTube Trev will find true love.
That's awesome. That's funny. I had that written down, and I was like, I don't know if
I don't want to
go
jinx
that
it, he
route.
said.
But yes, thank you.
There's my wish cast.
I want love. Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
Casino
great.
Dealer Jay says it's a lot of negativity for favorite teams. I think that's where you go, though. You being a Bears fan, I think when you're a fan of a team, your instinct is to go negative so that it's proven correct.
It's
like
junior high dating, man. You neg the girl you like.
yeah, you want to say no, I don't deserve that. No, I can't. It can't be. It must not be.
Yeah.
Then it happens, and you're more elated than usual.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think that's part of it as well. 780-218-9999 if you want to swoop in with some predictions of your own. Kind of behind the clock now. Marmot Basin snow report. Not an official one, but you can head to skimarmot.com right now. I know, Will, you're not shredding the Nard this weekend. You will be up there again, what, a week's time, 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, probably. Once the crowds clear out.
Escape cards on sale now. You can head to skimarmot.com
Such
for
good
more.
conditions, man. Over 100 centimeters settled base.
They got all the upcoming events. Jasper in January kicking off. Used to love going to that event. That's January 16 to February 1. 17th to December 1, Ski with Jasper the Bear. A lot of good things coming up. And then they end January with Marmot Basin Retro Party. That's going on January 31. So all that good stuff. Of course, they got all the deals as well. But for more information, skimarmot.com is where you want to go. Marmot Basin, your playground, just a little west here of town. Let's get into the wrap now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, and why wouldn't you? Bruce Simpson and the team of William Huff will outfit you. You can check them out today. In business since 1952. You know, they are incredible what they do. WilliamHuff.com. Boys, what did we learn on the show this morning? Some other Olympic rosters were unveiled.
Yeah.
The United States, specifically, earlier this morning.
Mike Garafolo let us know that it is true. You have believe your eyes. There is no super team in this year's NFL. It is absolute parity. There could be 8 different Super Bowl winners this year.
And you love it.
Yeah.
Sweden's released its roster. No Ekholm, which Philip Broberg makes the list.
I learned that the streak is no more.
That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
That stole the show, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
That'd be Mike.
And it wasn't even close.
No.
That thing was DOA.
Yeah.
It was his first time texting in, too.
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
Come back, Mike. You can do better. We believe in you.
You come back Monday.
Please.
I've got you in here as Mike Kind of Easy Trivia loser.
You can't-
We can change that to Mike
Let's
Kind of Easy
change-
Trivia winner.
That's
Come Monday.
right.
We can change your name on
Can't
the
be any
fly.
worse, Mike.
Yeah. Blair in Calgary said he's definitely not a mister. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't wear Mr. Mike's jock.
I was going to say that's a master Mike for
Yeah.
sure.
The Club Beat Loop remix from the Vault, which we would have played if Mike won the trivia, we'll play right now. It's your sound of the day.
Who told you to put the cheese on?
I have not viewed my pool standings yet.
Really?
Certainly had a lot of work to do. There's a drive toward deep left center.
I check mine throughout the night. I like to see whose ass I am kicking.
Connoisseur has just hit the ball out of the park.
Every time the alarm rings at my house, I know when I turn the alarm off, there's 29 teams trying to beat my brains in.
We have 2 types of fans. We have paying customers.
Killer performance.
And we have people that watch the game that we still care about, but certainly the people that go to the games and support are, that's a joke.
Did I tell you to put the cheese on?
That's a joke.
I didn't tell you to put the cheese on. That's a joke. You people with the cheese. It never ends.
He won the Australian Masters just 5 months ago in November and won the gold coat.
Pissing me off right now. Just thinking about it. So.
There it is! Adam Scott!
Yippee, we got 2 points. That was my first thought.
A life changer!
Unbelievable magical moment. He is now officially the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Little Claude Noel sprinkled in there. Hey, he was a fun time, eh?
Oh, man.
Speaking of the Jets. Yeah. That does it for the Nielson Show. Just want to thank the guests kicking off the 2026 schedule here. Nielson Show, of course, presented by Weiss Johnston. EST presented by Play Alberta. Chris Johnston joining us earlier today. He was your hockey insider analyst. Pretty good chat with him. If you want to review it on the pod, you're more than welcome to do so. He was brought to you by GS Construction. Mike Garafolo from Mobile One. He was also on, giving us a great preview of Week 18. Lots of things to come out of Week 18 in terms of NFL playoff seeding, and of course, Wildcard Weekend getting underway next. So we look forward to that. Crack Pack from Wayne's. We did our New Year's salutations, Old Sing Lang predictions,
Old Lang Syne,
restitutions, resolutions, all that stuff. And that's good for the Italian Center. Went over the entire Oilers schedule for
You
January.
even got a new name for Spruce Grove. It's now Bruce Grove.
Bruce Grove, exactly. Let's get in your text of the day really quickly as well. It was tough. I'm going to go with Chris again just because he lost. Chris Sadaway, that's 2 years in a row. The first kind of easy trivia was a loser. I would know, LOL. Big of him to chime right in. Bring up the fact that he was a loser, which we all
That's
forgot.
a nice community there.
But you are now a winner, Chris. So you've won $20 to Royal Pizza. Congratulations. We'll be reaching out for you on that. What are we watching tonight, boys? Of course, World Juniors quarterfinal action all day long.
I think that's it.
That's pretty much it. No more bowl games.
Yeah.
In terms of the NHL schedule, you got the Panthers Rangers and the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
I heard the ice is great down there.
Aces.
Yeah. So one of 4 games around the NHL tonight. Ducks Wild one
Nothing
to.
says NHL hockey like an outdoor game in Miami.
No, let's. We're coming to you live as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Happy New Year, Will. It's good
And to you
share
as
a
well.
desk with you again. YouTube Trev as well. May this year.
Good
find
luck with
us
your heart, buddy.
Success and love. Yes.
Good boys. Let's have a great year.
Let's have a good one. Coming up, 95.7 Cruise FM. If you are listening, we'll be back to some good rock. Limp Bizkit, Faith, an original from Limp Bizkit there on the way. So you can look forward to that on 95.7 Cruise FM.
An original.
Hang on, coming up next. 9 to 11 here on EST. Matt Iwanek, Tom Gazzola, Jay Milne, I would assume. And then you've got another dose of me coming up 11 to noon. Myself and Matthew Iwanek will be on the Lock Shop, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show, all that good stuff to come, as well as the oil stream here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Happy New Year. Have a great weekend. Talk to you in an hour, but on this show Monday.